Alright guys, welcome back for a rainy edition of Night Time tonight.
It's my tears.
Well, ours are there too, I tell you, flooding. But braving the weather.
Yep.
Gas, welcome back.
Thanks, mate. I'm a little bit happier.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kylie, for being on the bottom for a change.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, that's on. I am.
Hey, honestly, I reckon it's a freeway spoon bowl at the moment. Between us three.
Yep.
But I think Penrith will go. I think it's between us. Pretty cool, eh?
Like I said, 10 years ago, it was a battle between the Panthers and the Knights.
Yeah, and someone in a pair of Knights pyjamas with a spoon.
Do you like me retro shirt?
No, I don't.
No.
No. It's actually-
1986 prices.
It's actually not bad if you're,
Yep.
you know, yeah.
I
I
think
got
it's
about
built.
6 or 8, and I thought it's going to be cold tonight, so I won't wear the other. These are the nice and thick, the old school ones. When they get wet, it was like a soggy bag hanging around you when you're running.
Well, just
You'd be used to a soggy bag, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It is.
Hasn't had much more.
Nope. It's in the cupboard.
It does,
All
eh?
those.
With the mothballs.
Yep.
Have you smelt mothballs?
Yes.
How'd you
They're
get
very,
those apart?
very small. You lift their wings up and you go.
Anyway, moving on. But we still got the bet.
What
You
bet?
and Marchie, and if the Knights lose, and Parramatta, whoever gets the spoon, it's got to stand in the highway with a big spoon strapped on.
Depends where it's strapped to.
Moving on. And you have a beautiful crazy lady. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, come on.
For obvious reasons.
Hey, they showed some glimpses.
It was a long fall, I tell you that much.
Oh yeah, but there's some. We'll get in that later. Chunks,
Chunks.
Good evening.
chunks.
How's everyone?
Every time you look at him, do you think of the pout that it's all chunky? You can carve it.
So
No.
you can curve it.
No, I
Just
don't
you.
look like one of those dogs, thanks.
No, you're
no,
the you're
I wouldn't
the
say that.
meat coming out of the can.
Oh.
At least it's not in the
Anyway, how is everybody?
can. Good, mate.
Good.
And Courtney?
How you going?
Good, thanks. And joining us on the Smita Lounge tonight, a regular now, mate. You're part of the furniture. Mark, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me back.
No, pleasure. You're part of the furniture now, so you just try to get away.
I like the way Mark sits in there. He's got to sit right down so he can get in the screen. If he sits up, he'll be hitting the roof.
Otherwise, I block all the sponsors.
That's what happens when you're 9 foot tall.
9
right?
foot tall.
You thought I was tall.
No, you're a little.
I'm
pup
as tall
compared
as
to him.
just one of his legs. Look at him. How tall are you?
6'8".
6'8".
Told you he's bigger than me.
You'd be good at reaching the top shelf.
Next.
No, Corey told us that.
Who's Corey? Chunks.
Chunks.
Chunk.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Get it right.
honestly, mate, it's been a pleasure having you on since the start of the season, and you're part of the crew now. So, yeah, it's good to have you on.
I've dropped the night shirt for obvious reasons.
Well, maybe it's because I bought one the other day, a new jersey. Ever since I bought that, they haven't been performing. So.
No.
You should have
before
bought the
that.
Anzac one.
No, it's since I stopped wearing the Knights jerseys, they've started playing like shit. So I've gone back to wearing the jerseys, and they're still playing like shit. So I don't know what to do. I've done my part.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Hold my beer.
I will say this one thing, but they have been getting a lot of backlash of late. Without mentioning names, I spoke to someone this week, and I didn't say much, but they brought it up and said that they're trying their ass out. They really are, and people don't realise it, and it may not look it, but they're actually trying. It's just not working. So
Are they trying too hard?
maybe it needs. Oh, I'm not getting in the whole coach got to go business or anything like that. That's not me, but maybe a different direction in coaching.
Yep.
Change it up a little bit. I don't know. That's why I'm paid to talk and not coach, I suppose. So we'll quickly
getting
get
paid.
into. Oh, didn't you get the check? Must have bounced. Anyway, NRL news brought to you by Hip Pocket Workwear. Our great mates at Hip Pocket Workwear will have some of our merchandise next week too. So
Ripper.
anyway.
Toby Sexton is reportedly set to reject interest from rival clubs and re-sign with the Bulldogs on a multi-year extension. Our priority is getting a deal done with the Bulldogs, confirmed his manager Taz Bartlett.
Don't know. I wouldn't say no, but he wouldn't be my first choice. He's played all right, but I probably, well, it's out of the, can't do it now, but I probably would have won it after a different halfback, which will probably be in the news yourself. Moving on.
It's reported Jamal Fogarty has signed a 3-year deal with Manly worth approximately $700,000 per season.
That's pretty good coin.
Yeah, it is. That's big. I
That's
reckon we
cheap.
got him cheap at a bargain price, to be honest. I wonder what he was on at the Raiders. 'Cause, yeah,
$6.99.
maybe.
$7.
But
was about to say
at that, his form, I think that's pretty. So that's obviously.
Fills Manly's spot.
It does.
Anyway, moving on.
It is believed that Ryan Pappenhausen will be the first major target of the new Perth-based NRL team, with them expected to offer an eye-watering $2 million per season.
No.
No.
Where's all this money
No.
coming from?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be buying. Honestly,
Insane.
personally, he's not worth $2 million. He's still good, but if I'm Melbourne Storm, for example, well, they're looking at it there. Obviously now, he's not my fullback going forward.
No.
What's the young little fellow Latrell took out the other day? The Islander looking bloke?
Falongo.
Falongo's my fullback. He's got a future. Pappenhausen's like glass.
I don't think he's that good. I don't mind the Storm. I'm probably my second team under the Knights, but I just something about him. I don't think he's that great of a player, and
I
I
don't
don't.
think so.
I don't like his haircut. So.
He's
I
a
honestly don't.
good kicker, like kicking goals and stuff, and he gets it done. But he's very overrated, personally.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I just don't think he's up
No.
there. To that kind of money, he's saying he's a Ponga, he's an Edwards, he's a Cleary, he's
Well,
a
they're not
Moses.
even on 2
No, they're
mil.
not.
I think it's just a face. I think it's just putting a face to,
Yeah.
like a
Big
big
name.
name and a face to something.
He's steady footballer.
Yeah.
That's all you can say. Not, doesn't set the world on fire all the time, but he's consistent.
What about that little? We went and watched our grandson play footy the other day, and in his team, there's a little guy that looks just like Pappenhausen. And I said to his grandparents, I said, "Is his idol Ryan Pappenhausen?" And they said, "Yeah, he had the same hair, and he just like a little mini version of him. It was cute.
I was waiting for him to lay on the ground and fake an injury.
He plays all right
He
too."
does play pretty well, actually.
Toa Fafoa Sipley.
Well done.
I look at
I'll have
Corey.
a sip, please.
Has been suspended 4 games. The Panthers one was included on the weekend for his hip drop tackle on Matt Fianay.
It was a pretty nasty tackle, that was. Yeah.
Willie Mason has reignited his feud with Tyson Gamble, insisting he does not belong in first grade. He is not a 7, he is a 14. He can't run that team. His kicking game is subpar. Everything is very, very average.
Okay, hang on.
Said Willie.
I'm going to jump in here quickly. And yeah, I like Tyson. I think he's good. But
Comes the steam.
okay, where was Willie's big bucky teeth barking these when Cogger and co were playing dog shit for all these weeks? Gamble comes back 1 week after back surgery, didn't set the house on fire. No, he didn't. But he'd done a couple of things all right and played with a broken nose, and the bloke's giving him a reaming new
Hard time.
arsehole.
You know what, though? What happened the last time he gave him a hard time?
Gamble come out and played well.
Had the game of his life.
So, but I mean, like, just lay off him. Like, he's just come back from back surgery. Like, none of these other halves we've had have been playing any good.
Literally.
He didn't say jack shit. Gamble's come back for 1 game, back from back surgery,
And he's bagging him.
and got a broken nose, and he's bagging him. Like,
Just got it out for him, I think.
give him a couple of weeks. I know Willie's he does talk a lot of sense at times and that, and, he's
Might be just stirring Gamble.
maybe, but yeah, like
Get him
Kyla
going.
said, but
Getting the fire up him, maybe. But
give him a couple
is this
of
not
weeks.
like a consistent thing with him, though? Him and Gamble?
Yeah, it is, because
Yes.
Gamble fired back. But, I mean, if you're going to bag him, he's got every right to. Willie has.
100%.
He's a big part of the media, 100%.
Get him on the podcast and have a chat to him that way.
Really?
Willie and Gamble.
Yeah, that's an idea.
That'd be interesting.
Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, but give him a couple of weeks and then bag him. But let him have a chance. Like, he's just come back from surgery. Anyway.
The Titans are reportedly weighing up a massive clean out of their roster from top to bottom. It's understood the club has just completed an extensive review into their recruitment and retention and believe bulk changes are required.
Well, it starts this week with Fafita being axed.
Yeah, I saw that. They started the year not too bad.
But okay, Fafita's good, but once again, is he? The money's being paid good because he ain't performing.
Isn't he the one that was supposed to come? Well,
The
there
Roosters.
was rumours he was going to come to the Panthers.
Yeah, and Roosters.
And then you bought me some chocolates or flowers or something because you felt bad because he didn't.
Got lucky
That's
that
what you-
night, too, eh?
Yeah, that's what you were thinking. It was for that reason.
Yeah, true.
We'll go with that. Shut up, Gary. Whose side are you on?
Well, it's
just
a gap,
buy
so I've got
anyway.
to go with Kylie at the
Yeah, I
moment.
did. But, it was just an excuse.
Yeah.
It worked.
I did. I did.
Or like the excuses every time you buy flowers from, they're like, "What did you do?"
No, she doesn't say that, do you?
Nah.
Thinks it. Doesn't say it.
Mm.
You don't need to say that when you got somebody that just, treats you nicely.
Yeah.
Have to make up. Doesn't have to make up for things in a bad way.
Yeah.
I don't buy my wife any flowers.
What do you
She's
got
around
another
with
week
these.
next week?
Mine just randomly brings home flowers, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this for?" He's like, "I don't know, because I
I
just
just
like you."
randomly take her on a trip to New Zealand.
He's like, "I like you,"
I
and I,
booked it.
Oh, well, okay.
She was the brains.
I always say you don't love
Obviously.
me, you hate me, so he has to show me that he doesn't hate me sometimes.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
Yeah.
He's
Now I've gotta buy
he's-
flowers
No,
tomorrow.
his way of showing me is just pulling his pants down, going, "It's not going to suck itself."
We're still recording.
Edit that bit.
oh, the big Dinas.
Anyway, we're all adults.
It's like a rotten flower, that one, isn't it?
This is a family
Excuse
show.
me.
It's not 8:30
It's
yet.
not over 8:30 yet.
Rotten
Anyway,
Oh,
It's not the rosebud she wanted.
the Dolphins versus South.
You can't get out of this one, Kylie.
Round 17 clash has been moved to Suncorp Stadium at 7:50 p.m. The Broncos and Warriors will play at the same stadium earlier that day. So it'll be like a double header.
That's a good idea. I think that's a great idea for things like it'll be packed.
Yeah.
You won't be,
Broncos
it'll be like
Warriors
a
will
mini
be
magic
good.
round, so to speak.
Yeah, it would be if the Warriors win.
Yeah, stop it.
Toby Rudolph is expected to miss up to 8 weeks with a syndesmosis injury.
Hey, back to
it
cinders.
is.
Yeah, we've missed that word. Tui Kamakamika
Yep.
Coming, Kamithia.
has suffered an ankle sprain and is expected to miss 2 weeks and be back round 10. Jack Howarth is set to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks so he can strengthen his shoulder after suffering a dislocation last round. Harry Grant is due back in round 10 due to his hamstring injury, which was suffered in round 7.
Yes.
That's next week, okay.
Be nice to have something to look at again.
Nah, I don't rate
I
it.
don't know. What's the,
Look,
you know,
Pretty good.
I know, what's the crazy about Harry Grant?
I know, don't you like him? No, he's not Zach, is he?
He doesn't
No,
know where
no,
the boat
no.
shed is or the boat ramp.
No, well, I haven't accepted his invite down to the boat shed yet. So
Who's Zach?
yeah,
Oh.
no, Harry.
Harry.
Chance Nickel Clockstadt has officially re-signed with the Warriors on a 2-year extension until the end of 2027.
Yeah, I thought he would have ended up overseas.
Well, there was big money thrown at him from over there.
You heard that one, Mark?
No, he's playing well, so it's worth it.
Oh, I like him. I think he's good, but yeah, I thought he would have ended up over there. Well,
What I like about it, 2-year extension.
yes.
2.
Yeah.
Not multiple.
10.
Where they get to sign the contract and then they do nothing.
Yeah, for $13 million.
Reece Walsh is, is expected to miss the next 5 weeks with his knee injury.
Oh.
That's a shame because he makes the most mistakes and Panthers could have
No.
really done with that.
That is good on a personal level because that means Ponga won't be 14.
Hey, I'm talking about this weekend.
Jesus.
Cut it out.
Bite your lip.
Focus.
Wow, you're gonna have to buy her flowers again.
No, seriously though, we could have done with him playing because he makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, but he's liable to come back and go.
I
I've got to
hurt my
prove
fingernail.
But he's injured, so that's not funny.
No, not at all.
No, it is.
No, it's
But
not.
I'd like him
No.
to play.
Did you not see the loud face?
No, but what I'm getting at, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but it opens the door for Kurt Mann to be given the final the
14.
chance at 14 because if he was fit, I think they would have probably not picked Kurt because Ponga would have been the 14. So now that opens the door for Kurt to be 14, I believe.
I hope he gets picked.
I honestly
here.
don't see why they keep picking him. Why they keep picking Walsh for Origin, because every single time you can see it,
Ratings.
the teams go to wipe him out. And why?
Ratings.
I understand that, but
For,
like,
Corey will watch it for that.
yeah,
Not
but
for Reece Walsh.
People are going to
Yes,
watch
you
it
do.
regardless.
they will. But the thing is that people are gonna. They always aim for him.
Yeah,
They
but-
always injure him, and that's just
100%.
what it is. I mean, it's funny. It's great for us to watch. But in saying that, I just think as a coach or as a team, or as a Queensland supporter, I would get the shits with that. But
Yep.
But
Oh, absolutely.
Mr. Rugby League thinks that he's the golden boy of Rugby League.
how?
Rugby. Yeah.
Rugby.
I don't know. I don't.
Because
Maybe he's got new photos of him or something.
there's a lot of people that are fascinated with him. I don't get that
My
fascination.
mum's one too, and I don't get it. I
But
don't understand.
I used to be the same with Mark Wahlberg, and people probably didn't get that.
Oh, I get that. I get that. Damn.
Reece
You
Walsh.
said, you said you would eat Delta Goodrum's poo.
No, I didn't.
You did.
To be fair, she's pretty hot.
Brother, what's that?
Before we were
Is
together.
that your
Use it for
celebrity crush?
toothpaste.
Nah, back then. Back in, like,
This
15
was run off
years
the
ago or
rails.
something.
Mark's like, why did I turn up tonight?
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
Who's your crush, mate? Footy crush, if you had to pick one.
Footy crush. Oh, I don't know. That's
Elsie Albert.
Hey, she's mine. Back off.
yeah, no comment.
No, but everyone's got it. You know.
Hey, you could walk down the street arm in arm with her and you wouldn't be scared of anyone, would you?
So, was yours Blanche?
Blanche, yes.
Yes.
The Golden Girl.
The Golden Girls.
Thank you for being a friend. Moving on.
The Knights will reportedly owe Adam O'Brien a $2 million payout if they were to sack him as their coach.
Oh, interesting.
We're not telling anyone to do
Has
it,
anyone
but
set up a GoFundMe page?
Although
No.
I don't agree with, bagging him out and like
it's a,
to the degree he has.
it's a hard one.
I think, but I mean, I hear a lot more than what we say on the show sometimes, and there has been a lot of noise this week about the future of coaches, and time
Let's
will
leave
tell.
it at that.
Time will tell.
Hey,
That's
look,
all I say.
He has taken the Knights to the top 8.
I'm not saying he's done a
and he's
bad-
done better than most other coaches who haven't been
I'm not
in
jumping on and saying he's got to go
So-
or he hasn't. Like, because at the end of the day, coach can only do so much.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And it's
Yep.
up to 17 players.
It's
as
players
well.
on the field.
And no
mate.
one was whinging and having a bark when they were in their 10-game run a few years ago.
Yep.
Oh, how good was that?
In saying
You've
that,
got a good memory, have you?
I read somewhere that someone said somewhere that Crosland's not great. I don't rate him at 9 or so, but I'm thinking, well, no one.
He's better than 7.
That's what I mean. No one said anything when they were winning that 10-game run.
the thing is, I think with Adam O'Brien, it's kind of like anybody in any job. When you've just had enough of it, and there's a lot of drama and crap going on, you just get a bit over it, and you just don't want to do your job. You just don't want to perform. And I think we all get that. But as a fan
what are you
and a
looking at me
viewer,
for?
Always perform.
Miss-
What do you do
Mr.
with the
should have
Fatty Ball
retired.
head wobble then?
but
And what's your cue on that?
I agree.
That's a pen, mate.
I think that it just gets to a point where it boils down. As a fan, it's frustrating for us, but I could only imagine how frustrating it must be for him. He must be very over
With
it.
all that money, I'd be frustrated too.
$2 million. If he gets paid out $2 million, that would last.
You could go on the boat cruise.
That'd last 5
that
minutes in this economy.
Yes, exactly. Get your
He
life
could
for
sell
bread
his
these
he
days.
could sell his property at Merriweather. He'd be right.
But I don't think he'd go floating around. I think he'd get snapped up somewhere, surely.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Okay.
Send him to Perth.
Yeah.
Possible.
Give us Brad Arthur and he can go over there.
Brad Arthur's going.
Oh,
You're not going to get anything out of me. So.
Brad Arthur's on his way to Perth.
Unfortunately,
Perth.
being a coach, it's a poison chalice. You know,
Because
I hate to be one.
Well, put it this
Oh,
way.
yeah.
When you're winning, they're loving you.
That's
When
right.
you're losing, they've got the pitchforks. out.
Although
Very fickle.
Although look at Ivan Cleary now, everyone still thinks he's a legend, and he is a good coach.
Oh.
He is a great coach, and he's a great bloke. But no one's got their pitchforks out for him, and they're on the bottom of the ladder at the moment.
But
Oh, have you seen the comments on the
Yeah,
internet?
there is.
Sometimes
is
I
it?
just have to step away
Yeah.
from the internet because it's just
But-
full
but-
of toilet
Okay,
people.
what
Toilet
I'll
people.
get on shitheads. What I'll get on there, buddy, is what people got to understand is Penrith lost 26 players
Yeah,
in
100%.
4 years.
Yep.
So things are going to change.
It's a lot of players.
It's a lot
Big
of players.
turnover.
So
And good players too.
yeah, that's right. So
Hopgood.
So what you're saying is we didn't have depth.
And this year
no,
has
you
hit
do,
them.
but they've got to give them time to gel and learn.
This year has actually hit them harder than most so far. As
Fisher Harris
that's
and
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
think
Like
they
everyone
just
goes,
had-
oh, Luai was the golden boy there. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
The biggest part that's lost, and people don't realise it, Fisher Harris.
The forwards.
I think
Fisher
they
Harris
must
was-
have just had the magic crew at some point where they all gelled so well and they all played so well,
Oh,
and
they
now
just-
they've lost most of their players.
Because
Um,
Cleary was out for a number of weeks
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
and they're still
Everyone knows they're
And
wrong.
this week.
Everyone knew
Luai
they're wrong.
stepped up.
yeah.
But you know what they call
they
it?
had Fish.
Sorry, I bloody Nelson. You know they call it. At the end of the day, he's won 4 comps in a row. You've been in 5 grand finals. That's not
Stop
going to
rubbing
be done.
that in.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
I
I'm giving
do.
it a rap. No,
I'm
but
just going.
I
like
give,
that.
give the team a rap. Like they deserve to be what they've done. They
But you know
haven't-
what? I'm not even sad because we've been in this position so many times.
Every club does it. Look at Parramatta.
Yeah.
It's,
It's their turn.
Yeah.
I'm not that worried.
One thing that's annoying to see a lot on Marketplace is people selling all their Penrith gear, and it's just like, oh, so we've jumped off the bandwagon now. What are
Hey.
you on in the
Good.
dogs shop? Are we?
Yes.
Trash take
I know
itself
someone
out.
would probably do that.
Yeah, well, well, you got to look at the other week when there was what 70, 80,000 at the Dogs game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Where did they
Remember
come
when
from?
we used to go and play the Dogs? It was 5,000 max, 4.5 for Knights fans.
Yep.
And every single one of those players in fans in the stand had this year's jersey on.
Yeah.
You got to support your team for a thick and thin.
Yeah, you got to go.
100%.
You got to go
100%.
through thick and thin.
Sorry.
Next.
Reigning Super League Man of Steel, Street Man of the Street, Man of Steel recipient Mikey Lewis admits his dream is to play in the NRL. My dream has always been to go over to the other side,
He wouldn't cut it over.
he admits, and he has now signed with the Warriors.
No, that's Morgan Gannon.
Oh, has he?
Yeah,
Who's that?
he's another bloke.
Another bloke.
But no,
Obviously.
this guy's he's I think Kingston Rovers. I think is it one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. People go, yeah, but he wouldn't cut it over here. But if you got the right team around you, you
Yep.
probably would.
I mean, there's not too many backs that have made it over here from over the Super League. It's usually the forwards forward pommies that are really good over here. That's just they've made it. Like the likes of Morley, Burgess, that's Sam.
Yeah.
Mal Ridley when he was here.
I'm glad you're on the ball then, Corey.
More ways than one.
Chunky.
Moving on.
But no, you are dead right though. He wants to come over here, but he hasn't signed anywhere yet.
And there is
okay.
rumours that an Australian person is heading over there.
Yeah.
More
Keep your
shortly.
ears to the wall on that one.
The NRL have reportedly signed off on the Bears returning as a Perth-based expansion side in 2027. The final step is now getting the other NRL clubs and the RLPA to agree to another team entering the league.
I don't think it should have anything to do with the RLPA. That's a Rugby League Players Association. It's got nothing to do with them, really. I don't think. It's NRL. It's their competition. If they got... I don't know. I just don't think it's got anything to do with them, personally. It needs a team there, Mark.
It does, but they're going to struggle for the first few years getting supporters and getting the infrastructure around, getting all the grassroots up to
Yeah.
back it.
And the money.
And well, they'll be spoon-fed more money than
Yeah,
the
yeah.
They've
normal
got a good
clubs.
stadium though.
Yeah.
But look at what we're paying players, and are they going to have that sort of money and resources?
They'll give some sort of leniency to get the marquee players over there, the key signings, the
Pappenhausen.
faces of it.
Right.
Yeah, Brad Arthur for coaching. And,
Oh, wouldn't be social. I don't know.
Is this another case of
I don't know.
who was headed to Parramatta?
Yeah, well, no. But I fixed that before it came out. Remember? I told you they were pulling out. Oh, Jesus. But, yeah, no. You just don't know. Don't know yet.
But look at Melbourne when they started. Now look at them now.
Yeah, they brought in the salary cap.
The Dolphins are going all right.
Just about everyone has it.
It's
Somewhere.
hard with the Bears because the Bears obviously being the North Sydney Bears, and now they're sort of being recycled and repurposed into
I reckon
completely other side of the country.
I would have liked to have just seen them bring back the Reds.
Even
Western Reds.
even just bring something different. You know, my dad's he was a massive North Sydney Bears fan, and he always goes, I'm not supporting the NRL because of that. Because they got rid of the Bears.
Yeah, I can agree with you.
But
yeah.
I told him, the Bears are coming back, and he goes, I'm not supporting them. It's not the same. It's not the North Sydney Bears. And I
Okay,
think
there you go.
a lot of old school people are going to be in the same sort of boat.
How do
Maybe.
you feel?
Oh, he's old. Yeah, true.
No, because these teams merged.
Yeah, took some time to adjust to it. You know, I was always St George. It wasn't Illawarra. I didn't think they'd ever merge. They were going to merge with the Roosters
Oh, they
before
two
that,
teams.
a long time ago. There was a big rally about that back in the day.
I'm young.
But
Same with the Tigers.
yeah, like
Okay.
it took some time to adjust to it. But
So you're batting for both teams? Really?
well, I mean, they made the grand final in the first year they merged. So
Yeah, they done well.
yeah.
Anyway,
Well, there you go.
The-
Fun facts. If anyone else didn't know anything like
The,
that.
the problem with Perth is the distance.
Yeah.
So, it's a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, but
versus
what's
3
it,
hours to New Zealand.
what's it? PNG.
Well, that's
Aren't they
another
playing
kettle.
their
But when they come over here, if they can get some away games at North Sydney Oval or something,
Yes, I
they'll,
think
they'll sell out.
weren't they going to do half and half or something? Like
So-
the away, split the home games half and that, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah, they'll be packed every week.
Remember North Sydney Oval, Saturday afternoon,
Sitting in a tree.
ABC, Saturday afternoon football.
Has anyone actually watched the game at the North Sydney Oval? Ever been to one?
I haven't been there, but I remember watching on telly where they come up out. It looks like they come out of the fence out of
Yeah.
that little dugout.
Yeah.
Cody Walker is expected to miss the next 5 weeks with a calf tear, which he suffered at training. And Jai Gray has shifted from interchange to 5/8 as his replacement.
I'm pretty confident you could probably put a line for South this year. I think.
Is that how Wayne
I
Bennett?
don't know. I wouldn't.
Is that how Wayne Bennett lost his tooth?
Yeah.
Having a chomp of his calf?
Hey, that's someone's what caught my eye.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it's what caught his tooth. Moving on.
Player manager Sam Ayoub has slammed the proposal to ban agents from signing teenagers until they turn 18, insisting NRL clubs are creating the problems. That proposal is ridiculous. Most kids only need representation because they and their parents are dealing with negotiations and recruiters, he explained.
I don't see a problem with that. I think a legal document, you got to be over 18 years old to drink. I think a legal binding document. I think it should go on the same sort of ruling.
Probably takes a lot of pressure off the and lets them be a kid for a bit longer.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Toughen up for the big league.
Let them develop into their body.
Yep.
That's the thing. You're only a kid for so long. Like before you know it, like with your own kids, like, you probably notice turn your back and then bang, they're moved out, old or moving it older, and
Telling you you're embarrassing everywhere you go.
that's why you have kids to embarrass them.
Without dad jokes.
Can I just say something? My eldest boy is nearly 40. And I said to him, you're going to look after me when I get old and sick? He said, Dad, I'll put you in a wheelchair, put you on the highest hill and kick you down. That's what he thinks.
That's a kindness to you,
Yeah.
Gary.
Go on, boom.
At least it's on a grass hill.
Oh, well, doesn't matter how old they are, you always still worry about them. So
100%.
Just make sure you're in an Eels jersey, because that way
I
you'll
will.
know you'll definitely go down the bottom.
Yes, thank you.
Satili Tupanua has been charged with a Grade 2 shoulder charge and Grade 2 dangerous contact. He faces a 5-game suspension for both incidents with an early guilty plea.
It should have been sent, to be honest.
The whole knee thing was ridiculous.
I thought it was pretty 2 in the 1 tackle. Like, yeah, he got 10, but probably warranted a bit more. If going on the stupid shit the NRL's dishing out these days.
Who's off now? Is after last week, wasn't it Latrell?
Yeah.
Don't go too much into it.
Stay tuned.
Sorry.
Next.
Josh Curran has been charged with a Grade 2 shoulder charge and faces a 3-game suspension with an early guilty plea.
Here you go. I'm not getting too wound up yet.
Matt
saying that.
Burton has been charged with a Grade 2 careless high tackle and faces a 1-game suspension with an early guilty plea. Brad Arthur has confirmed his interest in becoming the Western Australian expansion head coach. Would I like the Perth job? Of course. I can build a club from the ground up, he said.
It would be good.
It would be good.
Wouldn't be the Knights.
No. I mean, there's speculation. Okay, I'll get into it a little bit. There's speculation that he's going to be over there, and there's speculation that he'll be at the Knights next year. So
Money talks.
I guess you're just going to have to wait and see. Like, you know, this speculation saying he's going to be at the Knights, so they're saying that O'Brien's going to get the boot.
But does he come in long term? Does he come in short term? Come in 1 year, sharpen his edges, go over to WA and take the players with him, take
That'd
Ponga
be-
with him, and
That's a good answer.
Well, there's another speculation. Ponga will end up at the Roosters, apparently.
That's been floating around for a while.
Wasn't he going back to the Warriors or something?
No, but I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire, isn't there? So,
wasn't he born over in WA?
Well, he's good mates.
yes, was.
He's good mates with Connor, so it's not a possibility with the Roosters.
Mate, I'm not ruling anything out these days.
No.
The Tigers are reportedly set to open extension talks with Api Coruscant and accept this may cause Talon Da Silva to leave the club. He wants to play first grade and start. He doesn't want 20 minutes, said Tigers CEO Shane Richardson.
I get that young fella is going to be good, but it's Happy Coruscant.
Yeah.
Arguably the best hooker in the game.
So he has to bide his time.
Yeah.
Or when Perth come into the competition, here's a signing for
Put his
him.
hand up.
But even so, who's to say that Appy doesn't get
Hurt.
hurt?
Not that we want him to.
No, you don't wish that on anyone,
But
but
look at the Dragons. They're running around with two hookers. Cooks starts and Liddell's off the bench.
2 hookers.
man, that costs them a
Running with the
lot.
red light above the head.
That's your dream.
But you let him train under him for 2 years. He shows him the way, and it'll improve his game no end.
100%. So that's what I can't understand with Lockie Calvin too. He's saying he wants out to further his career. Well, I get he's going with Moses, but at the time, Jerome Luai's a 4-time premiership winning half, or 5'8". Well, who else could show you the ropes?
Yeah, and he'll do the extra tackling, give him the space like he did Cleary, and they'll go.
Honestly, personally, I thought he would have learnt a lot under Luai. But anyway,
The Panthers will have to win at least 11 out of their remaining 16 games if they are to make the finals.
Doable.
Got to throw Origin in there too, so there'll be some players missing. So
but one thing too that they haven't had a bye yet. The
Eels.
Eels haven't.
yeah,
So that's one thing in there.
well, everyone
We've had one,
everyone has 3, don't they?
two. Oh, is it 3? Is it?
Because it's still an even team, so everyone still has 3, don't
Three.
they? Yeah.
The Knights are reportedly interested in signing Dom Young back to the club, and the Roosters
Yeah.
may release him early due to their depth in the outside back.
Hot mail is that he is likely to be back here early. I don't know how true that is, but
And where are we putting him?
On the wing.
Front row. Well, that's where he always plays.
Yeah.
That's where he does his runs and his
Look at
defending.
the size
Doesn't
of
do it
him.
on the wing.
He would fit in wonderfully here again.
I reckon he would come back. Okay, played great at the Knights. Pretty good at the Knights, we all agree.
Yep.
Went to the Roosters, couple of good games. Just, it's not the right fit.
Well, they were going to drop him
Yeah.
a few times, but
Yeah.
you probably won't like me saying this with Marju, but put him out helping him, and he can catch the ball for him.
Oh,
Dom can't defend.
but Margie
But he can score.
Yeah. So he can catch and pass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Come-
sorry,
come-
Greggy.
Comes back to contracts.
Yeah, but honestly,
Not worth
okay.
it.
And where's all this money coming from? Again, how many more people are going to sign this year? This is
We are freeing up a
Crazy.
lot.
Yeah, well, okay. Jackson Hastings is all but gone to Super League, so there's some money, and he was on good coin. So maybe that
yeah.
Free up a bit.
Isn't he on like 700,000 or
700,000-800,000 or something.
my God.
Hastings
The
on.
tail end of the Saifidi will come out.
Yeah. So we're going to have a little bit of money, and then
Well, how's that
Graham
going to
will
work?
take it.
Because him, like, on a personal level, him and his partner just had a baby. So where they all going to pack up and move away?
maybe.
You got the
Guess
money.
you've got to go where the money is.
Got no ties, I guess.
I mean, I will say this one too, but just quickly because I'm getting on a tangent here. I do feel sorry for Jackson Hastings towards the end. The Knights halves were playing pretty going, and Jackson still couldn't get a start up in first grade when he probably should have been given the opportunity. So
Yeah.
if he is going and he is gone, I wish him all the best, honestly, and I hope
Yeah.
he kills it back over there because he was a Man of Steel winner at one stage.
He
So,
was.
And congrats to him for being a new dad, him and his partner.
yeah.
Yeah. Good little
Yeah,
news.
so good on him, and I hope honestly, if he has gone, which is what the reports I had, it's only going to be a couple of weeks, all
Yeah.
done and dusted, and I hope he goes over there and gets the form that he once had, and really has a good
Kills
shot.
it.
So,
Yeah.
good on you, mate.
Indigenous elders say they are distressed as the Storm decided to cancel their welcome to country ceremony at the last minute for their Anzac pre-game service. Storm boss Matt Tripp admits the Storm will consider adding this next year.
I'm not making a comment on this because it's quite controversial.
My question is, how is that? Oh, yeah, look, I don't understand, so I'm not going to...
I'll say one thing, okay. The lady that was there, what is it, Auntie Judy? Is that her name?
I'm not sure if this one's name was Arnie.
Well, where the hell's me bloody Christmas presents, Auntie Judy? I haven't had any for all these years, so... No, look, I wish we could all just get along as Australians and be one.
That's right.
I'm not racist one little bit, as you all know. I don't care if you're old, good-looking, gay, what.
Whinger.
You know,
Giant.
I accept everyone the same. If you're a nice person, you're a nice person.
Doesn't
And
matter on gender, race.
That's right.
Does not
no,
matter.
it doesn't.
My question is, though, why can't we keep it simple like we used to?
100%.
We have the Anzac ceremony,
Yeah.
and then we have the Indigenous round. You know, like
Separate. We don't
Two
bring an
separate,
Anzac round
Yeah.
into an Indigenous round.
Oh,
And
I agree
that's,
with that.
put the focus on the Anzacs.
yeah.
Aboriginal fought for us as well,
Yes.
but that's all inclusive.
Yeah.
This is how
They're
I
all under the one banner as Anzacs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about it. There's a time and a place, and I think, you know, the Anzac thing is just on its own. It doesn't need to have
That's
anything
one,
else
that's one round
included.
a year.
And I was honestly pretty, like, just the whole welcome to country stuff with any of the Anzac stuff, I wasn't impressed. I can see why people got upset about it, because I get it, but I think it's been blown out of proportion. A lot of racism has come out of it, and it's unnecessary.
It needs to stop.
It does.
We're not going to move forward
But I think-
or let all that go until
Yeah.
all this bullshit stops. And
Yeah,
let's embrace the Indigenous community. 100%. I'm all for it.
but time and a place.
And let's bring more. Okay, we're doing all the Indigenous stuff. It's really...
Yeah,
which is that's okay because people learn more.
it's
And
nice.
we educate people, which is great.
Yep.
But let's do it for the Maoris and that as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And then we have a Fijian one. So it doesn't have to be a massive round, but they could do like you know, instead of a welcome to the country one game, that's a Maori round where they get people at stadium doing the haka and stuff.
Yep,
And you know, you sort of learn a little bit more about that culture.
cultural. Yep.
It's to bring everyone together as one, and we're all under the one banner of Australia. I mean, a lot of people don't like national anthem for some reason. I'm proud of it.
Yep.
I'll sing
Yeah.
that. You know, because I'm not singing for Captain Cook or this year. I'm singing because I'm a proud Australian and I live in Australia.
And
Yeah.
the Indigenous people wanted us to change a line out of that national anthem, and we did. And I just feel like
They're still not happy.
we're being segregated by the government.
Yep.
Hey,
And
When's it
I'll
going
run
to
for
stop?
Parliament, change it. Keep saying it.
Honestly, when's it going to stop? When's enough and when's everyone going to be happy? Because at the end of the day, like, who cares? Let's all just get along.
we all bleed red.
100%. It doesn't matter if you're Aboriginal or if you're, you know, Islander, if you're white
I love the
Australian.
Maori like culture. We got involved with a lot of it there on the boat, and
Yeah.
oh, I can't get enough of it. Even the Indigenous stuff, like it's good to learn more, and
It is.
educate everyone,
It is.
and stop the racism. To be honest,
But I think with Anzac Round, there's definitely a time and a place with it. And I think that it was
Because without that, we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
way too blown out of proportion.
and yeah, there was some Indigenous soldiers, 100% there
Yep.
was, and we are celebrating them too under the Anzac banner. Let's just
Yep.
embrace that freedom.
Yep.
Agreed.
Anyway, move on. Saying that, but did you all watch it? Anzac
Yeah.
Solomon?
Yep.
Did you
Yeah.
get goosebumps?
Yeah.
I did. I had it going
Yeah.
at work while I was watching on Sunday, and a lady walked in and she was looking in the wine section, and I'm just standing there, and the last poster's playing, and she's looking at me like I'm a weirdo just listening to
And when they talk, you go,
Yeah.
silence.
Poor
She
Portia
nearly
was
jumped
trying
out
to
of her
talk to me.
She jumped out of her skin when they started talking after the minute of silence. She's like, oh, it's a footy.
Even when they walk out and that music plays,
Yeah.
poor Portia was trying to talk to me. I'm like, shut up, shut up. I'm very
Every time, every game.
Anzac
Anzac proud.
passionate
and
with
focused.
that. And yeah, like you can't
Yep.
disturb me during that. That's
100%. It's a beautiful
Anyway,
thing.
it is. It's okay. I'll put it next year if it's at home or Penrith. Let's all go. You got to experience it.
Won't be at Penrith.
Oh well.
Comwang. I mean, Bank.
Would you call it
That's a curse, that stadium.
It is. No one seems to win there.
Not many teams. Anyway, Latrell Mitchell has been charged with a grade 2 dangerous contact. He faces a 1-game suspension.
I don't agree with it.
One.
No,
What was he supposed to do?
nothing. Even Bellamy and Monster, didn't they defend him
But how can you tackle him? Look,
in the presser?
I didn't
score because I'm going to get a suspension.
Well, that and his head was about this high.
That's
so
what I mean.
it was.
Yeah.
And he was slipping as well.
Yeah, it's not. There was no intent.
No.
Mate, I'm trying not to get rattled.
I think
I'm
it's
trying
just
not-
him. He gets picked on a lot, and I am one to jump on that. But
So he gets to miss Magic Round, which
Yeah.
which is disappointing.
But no, it didn't. He's not the one that's losing out here.
Fans are.
The fans are.
yeah,
Anyway.
Andrew Johns reportedly walked out of the commentary booth in the Tigers vs Sharks game with 23 minutes to go and refused to continue his call due to the sin bins. It's gone beyond a joke. It is embarrassing, the over-analysis and the overreach of the bunker in play. The bunker should only be used for try-scoring opportunities unless it is a send-off. It's an out-and-out send-off and they miss it, then fair enough. Come in and send the player off. Going back 8 plays in a set of 6 where the referee doesn't see it, the touch judges don't see it, the players don't see it, and to send someone to the bin is what's that word? Farcical?
Farcical.
Farcical.
Bicycle.
People.
It
I
is.
just had an English
It
word.
agree with
was
Get a bit tongue-tied there.
ridiculous.
Because it was the Parramatta game against the Tigers. They went back,
Ah,
but they couldn't penalise him because they said it's gone back too far. They just put on a report. So how could they do that?
That is ridiculous. I was listening
I don't
to it
blame
and
him.
I thought,
I don't blame him
what?
for walking out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
well.
lined up the CEO last night
Yeah,
and,
Yeah.
and basically said, are you going to make the changes? And they committed to doing it for serious offences, so send-offs,
Yep.
and that's it. Everything else will be let go.
Yeah.
they don't use a bunker when they need to, but then they use a bunker when they don't need to, and it just makes
They're not
Rubbish.
using it to their advantage.
No.
Use it for better things. This is how it is. The bunker only gets involved when the referee asks him to.
yep.
The bunker cannot go back and look at anything previous tackles. That's left to a match review committee.
Yep.
So there might be Mark, Courtney, and Corey for that game as a match review committee. And they go around all them, and if they see it, then they cite you. So get the bunker out of it.
Yep.
And also, the referee has the final decision. The referee now has a TV on the side of the, or it comes up in the big screen, and the referee makes the final decision
Yep.
for himself.
Bring back the second ref.
Well, it seemed to work.
Get rid of the bunker and bring back the second
No, I
ref.
don't say get rid of the bunker, but I'd say let the bunker also. Back to get rid of the bunker, but have the bunker play it on the big screens for the ref to make the decision.
But how did they go back that far? Like, was someone sitting in the bunker goes, did you see that?
Or were
Yeah.
they sitting there watching it like, what, a minute behind the actual game? What are they going to be sitting there
No,
at the
no,
end of the
no.
game when it's
It'd be
finished?
What
Live.
happened? Gary was in there running the bunker, and Corey sent him a text message. He said, "Hey, did you see that?" So then they've gone back and had a look at it. Had to be. Because it's so
something
far
like that.
behind.
Because how are they sitting there reviewing that far behind? Like, they
Yeah.
can't be watching the match
Live.
in
I reckon
previous...
someone's
Yeah.
sat there.
There's supposed to be a few in there,
There's
isn't there?
probably 100 cameras on different shots.
And I reckon that goes back to, okay, there's a bunker there if needed, but I'd say who's the referee this week? I don't know. Boy George is refereeing this game, and
Probably
he
do a
says,
better job.
the Stevie Wonder in the bunker,
Do a better job.
go back and have a look at this for a minute. I've got no try, but I want to see the grounding. So then the bunker puts that footage up on the big screen.
Yep.
The referee makes his own decision.
I think the bunker's a useful tool,
Fair
absolutely,
call, fair
but
call.
the tools in the bunker are not so useful on Sunday's
But,
game.
but it's designed for the howlers. Same as cricket.
Yeah.
You only get that for it was a big mistake, not, scrutinising every play
Every
for
play, yeah.
everything.
It should be more used for groundings, like for tries and forward passes
Forward
and things
passes.
like that.
I've been
Or-
waiting to get in for that.
Or captain's challenges. Apart from that, Get rid of it.
But even with the
No.
even with the tries, the ref used to signal to go upstairs.
Yep.
Now they wait, and then
Yeah.
someone comes
And the
back to
bunker's
them
checking it.
2 minutes later when they're already lined up to kick and go, oh, now we want to have a look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So if you got doubt, you look at it straight away.
Straight away.
If not, it's a try
Give it a
confirmed.
try.
End of
Because
the
they're
day.
confirming tries automatically anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So the thing comes up, try confirmed.
Yes.
So if it's not, same process. They should just let you know anyway.
Yep.
What-
And I will say too that I got a little bit of backlash on a couple of comments saying that I was having a go at Belinda
Sharp.
because she's a woman referee. I said to him before, not a chance in the world.
It was directly after that game. It was just the
We've,
timing.
But I said to him, if you go back to and have a look a couple of days beforehand, I was having a go at the referee from. I said, so it's not directed at her, and it says also on there, she is not alone. So it's not just her; it's the referee in general. But if the coaches can't say nothing to them, they've got to get it right.
Yep.
You go back quite a few episodes ago, we were praising her how good she was.
Yes. And to be
Oh,
honest,
there.
up until last week, she's been really good.
Yep.
But how many, like if Manly had lost their captain's challenge early, they had, was it 2 captain's challenges overturned because she was wrong. If that was my team, I'd be so cranky if we'd lost the game. Well,
Yeah.
we did.
Imagine if that was lost to get into a grand final or.
Yeah.
Yep.
You watch her come out and have a blinder this week.
She hasn't been dropped. Hope she's not doing my team.
So
I
their
mean,
boss would too.
reffing my team.
End of the day, too, with this, these are human beings
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
playing sport. They're not robots and they're not going to be perfect. At the end of the
I
day,
get that.
yeah, yeah. And
But-
that's what the bunker
Oh.
and the refs need to.
Bit my
Would you
thumb.
lose your tooth, did you?
Good one.
I get that, but when you're on that kind of money,
Yeah, I know.
you have to either be able to get criticism somewhere.
Yeah.
And like,
But this
I hate
bunker
to
shit's
be-
just too far.
I hate to be focusing on Belinda because poor bugger's probably had a nightmare of a week, but that was pretty, pardon the French, piss poor. That was shocking.
Wouldn't it be good if they let a person like one of us in there to keep it zipped, but just watch what actually goes on?
Oh, I thought you meant on the field. I'd be out of puff after a minute.
No, just in the bunker to see the amount of cameras, the amount of people.
Oh, there's
do.
heaps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But just to see what goes on, like people only see us 4 here and the giant over here. They don't see the other clowns at the back here and everything else that goes on. You know what I mean? Like they go to the bunker.
So what are you trying to say? It's a circus.
Pretty much.
No.
No.
see if you can ring someone and go on the road. Get the podcast in and have a look.
Inside look in the bunker.
Keep going because we're
Nearly there. Andrew Abdo admits the referees and bunkers have got aspects of the crackdown wrong. There's always going to be areas of judgment. We need to accept that. We need to do better, and we will, he said.
He needs to put the crack pipe down.
Yeah.
Not a fan, sorry. Not a fan of those two Muppets.
And finally, Nat Butcher is reportedly expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks after suffering an MCL injury as the result of a hip drop tackle in round 7.
Lot of-
NRL news.
Still a lot of injuries.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's a
Yeah.
lot to get through. So we'll take a short break, and that was brought to you by Hip Pocket Workwear. Once again, we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. And before we get into Gazbag, just quickly, there's a young fella, Walter. He's going through a bit of a tough time. A young fella, only a real young kid. He's got some medical issues going on, leukemia, and he's having chemo and all that stuff. So he's not having the best of time. So we've jumped on board, and they're going to be doing a fundraiser and auction to help the young fella out. So
And we got a jersey.
we got a jersey, and we're going to get it signed by all the Knights boys, and we're going to donate that and see what else we can come up with and help the poor little fella out. So if there's anyone out there that wants to donate something for the auction or whatever, let us know, and we'll pass it on and help this kid get through some of his tough times ahead. But hang in there, buddy. You got this, mate. Anyway,
Yep.
Gaz.
Gazbag. This is from Stephen Nichols.
Gazbag's brought to you by Next Level Takeaway.
That's them.
Yummy.
Yum, yum, yum. Would love to hear your thoughts on the state of the draw. The Tigers have played Newcastle and Para twice, on the top of the Roosters playing the Broncos twice, and it's only round 8. Who's making these decisions?
Couldn't agree more. See, I'm a bit pissed that we don't play the Roosters this year at home at their place because I want to check out New Stadium. It happened the same last year. I just don't get it. So this is where I'd like to extend the season. I know people go, "Oh, extend the season." Well, come on, you're getting paid $1 million bloody dollars.
Exactly.
Play every team twice. Once at home, once away. Happy days.
It's about to get extended now. More teams.
But you know what I mean? Play everyone twice.
Parramatta used to only play Newcastle at Newcastle. We never played them the second. This year we are.
But you know what I mean? Away and home. Because, okay, Elsie Albert might be able to afford to be able to go and watch her team in Sydney all the time. But she can, when they come to Newcastle, she can watch her team. But if they don't come, how's she going to see them?
Exactly.
Just don't. Yeah,
100%.
don't like it. Anyone else?
Well, it makes it fair then. You got the home ground advantage, you got the away advantage.
Yeah.
And the fans.
I wouldn't know what that is.
It's a good way to gauge teams too. Like if the Knights beat the Roosters twice in a row, like at home and away, or
Yep.
And,
or vice versa.
So I don't know. I like to check out new stadiums and compare. You know, and
You just want the food.
that too. But
They might not have rock burgers there.
it can't be any worse than Newcastle's food, that's for sure. But saying that, hang on, we got a $20 pizza there the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a voucher. Won a voucher. Well, your mum did.
So I thought I'll go get the pizza. I highly recommend you don't. Anyway,
Frisbee it and hit a player and they'd knock them out.
it's, you know when you used to go to school and you get the little frozen ones they used to put in the canteen? And let's be real, they weren't real nice.
They're readable. That was it.
Well,
They were good
a
when your mum actually
gourmet
gave you lunch
compared
money.
to this one.
Oh,
And they were only like 9 inches or something, weren't they?
wasn't the only 9 inches you got that day, was it?
Shush, Kylie.
No, but in the grand scheme of things, a 9-inch pizza is not very big.
You're above average,
I
sir.
said pizza. Pizza.
Look, if we're thinking about other 9 inches, then yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It's pretty average size. I mean,
but the thing is, I was eating and I said to Kyle, I'm going to eat it because it's...
the 9-inch.
But I kept going, not every bite. I said, this is disgusting, but I didn't want to waste it.
That's
And
bad.
I really wanted to have the rock hard chips back.
Hey, the chips were nice.
Was the pizza called the Well Hung?
But hey, hang on, here's another thing. What happened to the corn jacks? They're still not back.
But there's a little sushi pop-up store there that's never open.
I wonder if that's...
I'd like some sushi there.
So would Portia.
yeah, but I wonder if that's just
soccer.
for the soccer.
Do they not have food trucks there anymore?
They do, but we had a
They're very
slushy.
overpriced.
We had a slushy there the other day, and I was so thirsty and looking forward to it. No,
Okay,
never again.
people might say I'm biased, but I'm not. But you can clarify this. You? Best food in the whole NRL?
Perth.
Penrith.
That's about to change, though, with the new stadium.
Yeah, could do.
You
but
watched that food
they had
change.
toasted sandwiches.
Oh, that's so good.
They had hot cinnamon donuts.
Yeah.
Remember that time we went to a game?
What
and I
about the
was
size
giving-
of those not the hot dogs? What's the other one?
Pluto Puff.
Pluto
Puffs,
Puffs. I was
yeah.
giving them away at the end of the game, and it was so big.
9 inches.
Yeah.
And big kebabs that you couldn't even... Well, Corey called.
That long and that round, Jesus.
No,
How
that was down the road at Five Guys.
Oh, yeah. That was a different Pluto Pup. But
That was Mission
they
Impossible.
were absolutely beautiful. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if we'll get a lot of it done this year, but if we go to some away games, let's do a food critique again.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I'll eat anything but, so I'm not real good. I'll eat it if it's cold and been on the floor.
Anyone going to Bathurst?
Garbage guts.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, we are. We'll do a little
Yeah.
down there.
Start with Suncorp next week.
Yes. Yes. Okay. There you
Get
go.
yourself a drink and something to eat and do your money. And include the
Got-
price
got
of the
three-
sauce.
4 days worth to try.
Got to include the price of the sauce too.
There you go. So, anyone up there at Magic Round, keeping an eye out for Mark and yeah,
Can't miss him.
Tend
Just
to
look
stand
up.
out.
Just look at the biggest person there.
Just look up.
Big
Anyway,
cheesy grin on his
moving on.
face. Moving on. Michael Thorpe wrote, To get the push and the contest back into scrums. Why doesn't the ref feed it? He's standing around doing nothing anyway.
Tell us what you really think.
Suppose that's a concept you could look at. The AFL
Let
ref, they
'em-
do the bounce, don't they?
Let
Yes.
them fight for the ball.
Well, ice hockey's the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? I've never actually looked at it that way, but that's a good question.
Yep. Him doing that, and then the sin bin players sitting in a bin.
Yeah.
Like,
On the side, sideline and Perspex box,
Yeah.
getting
Sit
pelted from the crowd.
And people can just point at them.
I forgot the last week we discussed it.
Yeah.
Never made it there.
Otto.
So
Sponsored by Otto.
I'm sure there's a joke.
You're waiting
They're,
for
they're
it.
a bin
It's
manufacturer.
the
Bin
bin
manufacturer.
company name.
Oh.
That was the
I know
name.
there's a bingo.
That was the name of our band back in the day. Well, Otto.
We actually watched a movie called A Man Named Otto the other day, and that's the saddest but really
Yeah.
nice movie.
Myself and Jesse and Slonker and that was our little band. We're called Otto because we're garbage.
Okay.
And Sprung Monkey was already taken, so.
Sprung Monkey or Sprog Monkey.
Come on, look
Get
at
your
you
mind
today.
out the gutter.
It's potty talk tonight.
9 inches. Well,
I know where I'm going after this.
Buy some flowers.
Getting back to the question,
Yeah.
when I was a hooker,
You reckon I'm bad?
you still are, aren't you?
That would have been number
Poor one,
13
let me
back
tell
in the day.
I bet you that's copping a belt and over the days.
they used to bounce the ball or spin
Oh,
it.
stop.
That's enough. Oh,
Anyway, here you go.
The leather ball.
Yes, the leather ball. That's all that old.
That's his leather chaps.
And that's the way you used to cheat in the scrum. When you had to push and whatnot, to get a bit of an advantage, you twist it or spin it.
so you twist the ball and in the scrum.
Yeah,
So you
get
twist it,
on the
bop it?
point. And, yeah, all different things that
Yeah, I
happen.
gouge
I think we should move on to the next question.
You've
The
lost
second
me.
half of the question, when I get around to it, is nowadays the halfback, not the 5'8", the fullback, the winger, or the second rower, the halfback puts it in. The
Oh,
ref
big
says
ones.
in the middle. Doesn't go in the middle, it's a penalty. Next time they have a scrum, in the middle. If it goes in the second row, 10 in the bin. When he comes out, in the middle. If he doesn't do it, see you later, go and have a shower. Next person up.
Ref. I reckon ref.
No, I reckon that way, because then they'll sort them out. It'll go in the middle. You won't have to use the ref, because someone will start paying
Yeah,
the
but
ref.
The ref's not doing much, like he said.
Yeah, but then you get paid.
You're just
Then
sin
they'll
binning people for no reason.
Spin it and bounce it.
I think Gary likes the bin.
He smells like a bin.
I think he likes being in the scrum.
Next question.
All the manginas, really.
Oh.
Sweaty dudes.
This is from Grant Nobody. Nobody, see? Just Grant. Where will the talent and player pool come from, and if and when they hit the 20-team mark, how will they avoid new teams getting flogged? Simple. By marquee players.
Yeah,
Like you're saying.
overseas.
Everyone have a marquee player.
Yeah, that's how they should do it. Every club has one marquee player, and it's off the cap.
Yep.
So all teams will have one marquee player. So you'll get players like Pappenhausen. That will say, okay, I'm going to go there because mine's off the cap. Yeah. I'm going to get $2 million, whatever. Well, what? Should have done that ages ago, and the Tigers would have had the likes of Luai a long time ago.
Get a lot of the young ones in.
I agree with that too. Homegrown stuff.
Well, then you have structured pay. Not everyone's competing for different salaries. You've got your marquee gets paid X for your top 3 marquees, and then the next level under get paid that, and
Yep.
then it tiers down.
So that could benefit us. We wouldn't have went and paid $13 million for a player. Just saying.
For
We
one
probably
that's not
still would
playing.
have.
Yeah, well, true. I suppose we've only got 7 halfbacks, another one we could use.
Just got to keep rubbing salt in that wound, don't you?
This is Bruce Willis's nephew, Steve Willis.
No.
I thought it was a bit of a change there. Are the Broncos better with Cobbo at fullback? Where do you see Walsh coming back in, position-wise?
On the bench.
Let him play at 5'8", and Ezra can see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
should
an
go.
idea.
Honestly, he should go back to one of them to 5'8", and Ezra has to work his way back. I don't think Ezra should come straight back into the team. What kind of example is that setting to young kids? You know,
Yep.
he needs to start. Or who's their feeder team? Is it in the
Might be
Manly Wingham or whatever
Might
it's
be
called?
Winner Manly, yeah.
Yeah, he should start with them and work his way back. If there's no spot and no one's playing, good. I'm sorry, you're stuck there until you know they're saying that what he did's okay. You can just slide straight back in. Well, no, it's not.
No.
And even if he didn't do anything wrong and he was injured for 9 weeks, he still should have to work his way back.
They're Brisbane. They've got another problem or another conundrum with 9s and 13s and 7s as well. There's plenty of them floating around. You know, you put Ben Hunt back to hooker because I reckon he plays better back there.
Oh, I think he will. And
You got Corey Pakes, you got Tyson Smith, you got a lot of the hookers there.
what's his
Billy
name?
Walters.
Walters will be gone soon, I reckon.
Yeah.
Selwyn Cobbo in fullback, absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought he
Yeah.
played. I thought he was. Yeah.
I'd leave him there. And Walsh
Yeah.
to 5'8". Because Walsh did play in the halves over the Warriors, didn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, I'd do that.
This is going to take a while, this one. What are your thoughts on the inconsistencies with the NRL refs and placing players on report in the sin bin? What is moderate force? Will there be a training program on how the NRL are expecting players to tackle? It's killing the game. Fans are turning off their TVs. Isn't the idea to bring more supporters, promote the game of rugby league, not lose them? Mary, Mother and Joseph.
Okay, well,
Wrote that in.
next year when we take over the
Oh,
NRL,
you're not lying.
when we take over the NRL, problem solved. Because this moderate force shit will go out the window. And it will just
It's
be...
a contact sport.
It's a contact sport. Like, okay, the one that's pissing me off the most is the Scott Sorensen tackle. Nathan Brown's coming off the back fence, charging. If you go tackle that bloke on that, around the ankles or around the knees, you're gone.
Yep.
If you go to try and wrap your arm around, like they're saying, you're going to fall straight off. Ali was to brace himself. And he fought that, did he?
The Panthers fought it.
And he's been unsuccessful.
Bugger.
That is the biggest load of, I'm sorry, bullshit.
3 games.
That's the biggest load of bullshit. 3 games to that?
Yeah.
But Mitchell Moses got nothing for that tackle. You know what I mean? Like,
Ridiculous.
wow.
Sorry, but I reckon
We're a protected species.
no, the NRL's corrupt.
Red Panda.
That's bullshit. Like, how can you get 3 weeks for bracing yourself?
Yeah.
They've set themselves
And
now.
and Sorensen didn't have any carryover points, didn't he? Surely not.
I
'Cause
don't.
That's what goes into effect.
Okay, I want to know who's on the judiciary.
They're not going to tell you.
No, I want to know who's on it. You usually do. You find out who
They're
the
generally
ex-players. So
ex-players.
they should know that whole existence. Man, that is the biggest. Oh, we can forget a bloody segment now because I think you know what it's going to be.
And you see that him coming off the back fence, he's motoring too.
100%.
He's not mucking around.
Man, that is the biggest. Oh, move on before I get this.
Just quickly, though, who's going to slot in for him now?
Me?
Because he was named. So who's going to fill his?
Probably Lindsay Smith, I'd say, or Isaiah Papaletti, or whatever his name is. He'll go in, and then you might even find someone like Dane Laurie come on, I suppose. I don't know.
Actually, that.
But that's I'm sorry, that's just ludicrous, absolute ludicrous. When, yeah,
You understand, Corey?
No, I
Good,
think
shut up.
No, it's just it's a whole that's a disgrace.
it is. It's killing the fucking game. Like,
Lucas OD. Why the hell does not every team have an Anzac jersey? This gets my blood boiling.
100%. Couldn't agree
100%.
more. Could not agree more.
The best one there.
Okay.
It's there for a reason.
What
though,
other
isn't it?
rounds do we have?
Indigenous. Women of League.
The miners one, is that? What's
No,
that one?
that's just us.
No, we have the multicultural round.
Do every club do? Okay, for example, we'll just use the Indigenous. Does every club have an Indigenous round jersey?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
We need to do it for all of them.
Yeah.
Not just single one out. I reckon we should do it for a lot.
Yep.
I was
And-
disappointed with New Zealand too.
They had a warm-up jersey, but not an actual.
Yeah, and I thought, Newcastle and New Zealand, like,
Yeah.
Australia, New Zealand is a big part of the Anzac, so
It
I
would've
don't
been
understand why they didn't.
It would have been perfect. It was on
Yep.
Anzac Day.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think we should embrace it more.
100%.
Yep. Seems to be a bit of a dying thing amongst the
Best day on the calendar.
generations coming forward. A lot of even my kids don't really understand.
Mm,
But I
that's
remember
sad.
as a child, it was drilled into me like,
And they're,
Yeah.
as I said, they're the real heroes of the world.
yeah.
Uh,
I guess the way the world's going, we don't know. It might be a repeat. So
you never know.
unfortunately,
That was it for
That's
Gazbag.
your bag for this week. All right. That was brought to you by Next Level Takeaway. So we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. And it's that time of night, and it is time for What Caught My Eye. And brought to you by Marchie and Maitland Bathroom Renovations. How are you, champion? Shout out there to Marchie. But I'll start off. No, you can start off, guys. I don't want to, rain on your parade
Let's get the shit off my shirt. first.
today.
You can't unless you take your shirt off.
Latrell Mitchell is now the most sin bin player in the history of rugby league with 11. Victor, the inflictor Radley, is on 10. The other thing that caught me eye was Sam Vessels got knocked
Vessels.
about.
Verrills.
Verrills, sorry.
Sam Vessels.
He knocked his blood vessels out.
Number 2, Sam Verrills got knocked about in the final tackle of the Titans versus Cowboys game. Looked like he had been in the boxing ring.
Jesus,
Bit of a mess.
Looks
You're
like he's
attacked
been-
by a tiger.
I'd say he's been mauled by a Dutton.
You know what he looked like? Edward Scissorhands.
Oh yeah, he's cut his face.
Oh, yeah.
On the movie. Remember?
See,
What does
it
people?
looked like Vessels at the end of it.
What was that from Reece Walsh and his nails?
Yeah,
Looks like it.
Hey, look at the big cut.
they played the Cowboys.
How does that happen? That'd be scratch. Someone would have scratched him.
Boots. Probably
Wait,
Yeah,
studs.
true.
who does he play for? Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, they played the Cowboys.
Damn.
Kylie.
Who's Kylie?
Crazy lady.
Okay, I've
Nine
got two
issues.
as well. My first one is Cam Munster on Fox League. He looks stoned as buggery.
Yeah.
There's a meme circulating the internet. They're calling him Bong Burgundy, which is a play on Ron Burgundy, news anchor.
Oh, I can't get that out of my head now.
His eyes look
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'll have a kilo what he's smoking.
Yeah, I bet you had a few bags on him that night.
And my second one was Ryan Pappenhausen requested a captain's challenge, which was not only unsuccessful, but it got him sent to the sin bin.
That was good.
Is that the...
The ultimate, isn't it?
Oh...
That was a wrecking. He wrecked himself.
But like that meme that's there is like the other fellow with the hat on, like, huh? Oh, that's gold.
What'd you do that for, man?
Is that yours?
Yes.
Excuse me, Corey.
Oh, my first one is the Sandon Smith getting interviewed by Lara Pitt after the game against the Dragons. On the bottom it says Sandon Smith in brackets, the father of the Dragons.
The father.
Isn't this is not the first time they've stuffed up with something like this, was it? They did something the other week.
Probably.
Oh no, it was the minister.
Oh,
Oh.
Chris Minns. It was Kiss
Well, I
Minns.
mean,
Kiss Mins.
he did father them that day. He was unstoppable, did everything apart from even went in the bin. And the second one was the idiot Mulatano trying to milk a penalty. Like the hands went off the ball. Like seriously, come on, that's just
In
rubbish.
his defence, he thought he was playing soccer.
It was dead. Yeah, well, Ronaldo. Yes, it was rubbish.
Yeah, but like, come on, stamp that shit out of the game. It's hard enough to keep up the NRL's bullshit, let alone bringing that kind of garbage
Right.
into.
That's my two guys.
Courtney.
I've got more of a what caught my ear this week because I had to work all weekend. But I was listening. A lot of the sin bins. We've already touched on that. Crazy. But I do have a positive one. The Warriors game, the guy in the crowd with the painted face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty wicked. A lot of effort going into that one.
He
So
goes to every game like that.
does he really? I've never noticed
Every
him.
single
I think
game.
it was in that game where there was a decision went against him. They
Yes.
in the crowd, and the camera went to him, and
He
he's like,
looked scary.
"Yeah, I know."
He was
Is
angry.
it like what is it? Is it Joker or is it just his own thing or is
Warrior
it?
Joker. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
it is.
warrior thing?
It's
Yeah.
taken off.
Yeah,
Good on
I
him.
think
like
it's
it.
cool. I like that kind of stuff. It's like the flag guy for the Knights, the guy with the big flag that goes everywhere. Like,
like-
you're always looking out for him in the crowd.
I'm glad you are.
Like
Damo.
the guy that drinks a shoey in the crowd too at the Warriors game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that been? Has
He's,
he done
that's
that?
no, he's taken off again. Like I think he's met some of the players, and
We've been to the footy with some people with their face painted.
Tweedledee. No, Mr. Potato Head.
yeah,
I'll find that photo.
Remember when you used to go as a kid? You'd go to the supermarket and you get a toy with the glasses
nose and the
the nose
moustache.
and the moustache.
That's
where's
what
what-
mine.
where's
That's
Wally?
what they look like.
Cameron Munster.
But him and Chris got them painted, but they didn't know what they were getting painted, so they're walking around the whole day and they weren't allowed to look at their phone or take a photo or go to the toilet because they know what they were. They didn't know
They ended up on camera
on
though.
TV and stuff. Yeah, until Corey
Yeah.
rubbed it off.
Until the cameras went, look at these dickheads.
Potato head.
Anyway, was that
yeah. Oh.
Yep, that was mine. Yep.
Mark?
Probably the Tigers Sharks game, Golden Point. The howling wind, so they were sort of very, very keen to get the toss, and they still butchered all the field goals. They had, I think, 140 metres or 45 metres out that hit the inside of the post, and
That was
would've-
unlucky.
That would have won them the game.
That was
and-
Nico's, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
and then they kept not giving him the field goal attempts, which they should have done the way he was kicking them, but went down the wire and a good win by the Tigers.
Yeah,
Edge of your seat game.
that was good.
With that, after that one, and when they got down anywhere near the goalpost, like he just said, it was from 45 metres and nearly got it. They went up to the fifth tackle every time before they had another shot.
10 metres
Saying
out.
to Kylie,
Yeah.
do it on the third, or
Yeah,
you know, when they're not
exactly.
ready for it.
Third, they were in range. But yeah,
You drop back second player out,
yeah.
and you're kicking 30, 40 out, and you've got
Yeah.
the distance instead of
They
letting the
they lost it
charge
for
down.
themselves, I reckon.
Excuse me.
Yeah, good luck to the Tigers.
See yours? Oh, I got a couple. Oh, free.
Half your luck.
What caught Smita's eye? First one was the crazy amount of sin bins this weekend, just gone 18 in total. So that's a whole side. Actual whole side. Well, what a joke. Pappenhausen, Montoya, Latrell Mitchell, Dean Mariner, Paul Alamotti, Sandon Smith, Jake Clifford,
Takiao.
Saya Sasua Takiawa.
that's him. Cody Nicarima, Leo Thompson, Hebrew, Josh Curran, Satili Pullen.
Tupanua.
Yeah, that's him. Britton Nakora, Jai Gray, Scott Sorensen, Jamin Jolliffe, Fanua Pole, and
Marata Nakore.
there, that's him.
That's
That's a full side.
Yeah.
There's a full side. 18 people in one round.
Yeah.
It's an absolute disgrace. And I tell you, I'm going to get on it once again. You're going to lose fans. They say it's a business. You're going to lose fans.
Yeah.
Like Scott Sorensen, once again, 3 weeks for that bullshit.
Yeah. Just when I'd forgotten about it for a minute.
Oh, shit. That's all right. You'll get 9 inches later.
You're going to have a riot at Magic Round if they ref the same way.
Oh.
Oh, mate.
Well, Magic Round where everyone disappears.
Yeah. Hey, you're right, eh? You should
Hey.
be a magician.
Yeah.
You've got something in common. Poof.
Just rude.
Not that bloody seat that you sit on. You know what you're talking about?
Anyway, my one under the Penrith Panthers Facebook page, there was a post about a Panthers arriving at Combank, and a person commented, "You better win or I'm going for the Bulldogs." Like, are you serious? You support your team, win, lose or draw. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got a cupboard full of wooden spoons.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not changing my team. Like, seriously, come on. That's just utter horse shit. My last one, Wayne Bennett missed last week's presser due to losing a tooth just prior to the game. He did it by biting into food and couldn't speak properly. Well, he doesn't speak anyway. But he was just fitting in really at South, isn't he?
It's ironic, isn't it?
But poor bugger, losing a front tooth. I couldn't
know.
go out.
I don't know if it's the front one.
Someone's photoshopped
I think
that.
it was. No,
well.
I actually think it was
he
the
thinking
front
with his
tooth.
little head or his big head?
Because he didn't do the conference because he didn't want to be on camera.
Was it his
Because
little
it
tooth or big
it
tooth?
was obvious.
Why couldn't he
A
have talked like
9-inch
this?
fang.
Well, he normally does, doesn't he?
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know, maybe his head wasn't in the game. He's probably thinking, it's sorted now.
I wonder how many weeks he's out for.
Tooth injury.
Anyway, that was What Caught My Eye, brought to you by Marchie's Bathroom Renovations, Maitland Bathroom Renovations, and what's given Smita the Schmitz this week, brought to you by Chateau de Fairhill, and it is the stupid refereeing crap, and getting sent for 3 weeks for that stupidity or bullshit that they've given him.
Well, you cut it out.
No, well, it's true. It's driving me batty.
Me too.
Anyway.
I'd forgotten.
That's what was giving me the Schmitz this week. Play of the round brought to you by Kogan Haulage Contractors. And Gary.
My player of the round is Payne Huss, Big Payne. 1 try assist, 32 tackles with no misses, 100 post-contact metres, and 257 metres gained.
What do you mean no misses? He's got a misses.
Yeah. No misses.
Yeah. See what I did there?
That's a lot of metres for a big fella. A lot of metres.
Mine is Feral Terrell May. 8 offloads, 26 hit-ups, 41 tackles with none missed, 204 metres gained.
Mine was Aaron Clark, 1 try assist, 4 offloads, 45 tackles, 155 metres gained. And my special mention goes to good mate Brody Jones. I think he's just been solid. And even in losing sides, he's been solid. And good on you, champion. Yeah, couldn't be more happy for the bloke. Absolute legend of a guy. And yeah, good on him.
Mine's Robert Derby from the Cowboys. 20 runs, 218 metres, 5 tackle breaks, 4 line breaks, and 3 tries.
Got me.
I don't have any stats, but what caught my eye with player was Selwyn Cobbo in the fullback position. I thought he did absolutely great.
Yeah, he did play well.
He performed very, very well. And I thought, a bit controversial here, Lockie Galvin played really
Yeah,
good.
he did.
He played also, him and Luai together. I was actually shocked. I was really interested to watch how that was going to go. And I played like nothing had happened.
I think Luai's too professional not to, just put it on there. Probably went out there and said, look, mate, it's all water under the bridge. I didn't mean how it went.
Yeah.
I was just sticking up for Coach Yaya, and they're probably just back to normal.
But
Just
them
for-
two together, like they were brilliant. Like the amount of try assists Lockie Galvin was just
They're only
in
going
there.
to get better.
Yeah, Luai to
Moses.
Galvin to the bloke that's I can't think who the first bloke was that scored a try, but that was awesome. That was really good.
Wait till he gets with Moses.
Yeah, poor boy.
There was a presser with Luai after that game, and they said that he never said he never wanted to play with Galvin.
Yeah, no, I don't think he never wanted
No,
to.
it was just media bullshit.
media bullshit. Yeah. Which, that's what sells papers, don't they say?
Blows out of proportion sometimes.
Mark.
My only stat's 11, which is Latrell. So I know it's a negative thing sometimes, but he's now rarefied territory. He's the sole owner of most sin bins. So he's moved from 10 joint custody to 11.
So you'll get sponsored by Otto.
So, I mean, there's no bad media, is there?
See him in a clean away shirt soon.
Anyway, guys, that was our player of the round. We'll take another short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for our new segment this week, and have our good mate Elliot back. Is show us your tips with Elliot. So, how are you, champion?
Yeah, doing well. How are you guys?
Oh, some are better than others, but
Not this end.
yeah.
Oh, hang on, wait.
Hang on, he's won.
I was that jersey. Yeah, I haven't seen that jersey you worn in about 3 years, to be honest. So look at you go.
The
I tell you what,
good old times.
we had to opened the front door and extended a little bit so his head could fit through.
There was mothballs on it.
You know what? Fair play to you. They were a completely different team when Moses came back. So I think they'll be a decent watch rest of the year.
100%. Oh, mate, we'll get diving straight in. Friday night. Obviously, Magic round this weekend. Sharks and the Eels champion.
I reckon this is such a hard game to tip, and I'm going to take Parramatta. I'm on the wagon. Honestly, Mitchell Moses, he was electric in return, and with that we saw, I think, how good Yongi is going to be as a player. I think we've seen dribs and drabs in the first few rounds, but the way he was unlocked was incredible. I thought their pack matched it. I know they only beat the Tigers, but I don't think the Sharks are quite at their best at the moment, and I think another Moses masterclass. Let's be honest, last time he was at Suncorp, he led the Blues to that Game 3 win. I think we see him at his best again Friday.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right, and it doesn't look good for us.
I love you, Elliot.
Winning, so, yeah, the Eels. I've got to look at the smile on it, eh? All right, mate. Moving into the next one, the Roosters and the Dolphins on Friday night as well.
There's some really hard games to tip this weekend, and this is one of them. I'll take the Dolphins only with the home crowd advantage, but honestly, how do you tip the Roosters and how do you not tip the Roosters in the same sentence? We've seen the very best of them, and we've seen them absolutely dreadful. Dolphins bottled a lead last week. Other than that, they've had a pretty good month of footy. A lot of points, I reckon, in this one, maybe 30 plus of both sides. In terms of a spectacle, if you're a neutral fan, I reckon it'll be terrific. But I'll go the Dolphins, but I've got no confidence in that tip.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? The next one on Saturday, 3 o'clock, the game of the round. I wish. The Knights up against the Rabbitohs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather watch Cessnock versus Maitland. I'm not going to lie, this could be an absolute bludger. But I'll in a non-biased take, I'll take Newcastle. I think the Rabbits have quite a few out. Lewis Dodd gets a shot in the halves. Jacob Saifidi, I think, is a relatively big in, as is Adam Elliot. I hope it doesn't take away from the minutes for Matt Croker. I think he's probably been a bright spot in a bleak month or so of football. I think Brodie Jones is playing okay too. But I probably can't say everything I think about the Knights at the moment, but I just still think we're leaving our best 7 in reserve grade and have over a year. Obviously, for whatever reason, he's on the nose at that club, but no, I think some shit needs to be sorted out behind the scenes. It's as I'm sure that the Knights fans there have found out, it's been a pretty tough watch of late.
You only touched on that earlier. We thought he had a bit of a rough end of the stick, but I did hear that he may be heading to England.
I don't know if it'll be immediate. It may. There's always plenty of rumblings around it, but I mean, he'll go at the end of this year. I know that's not a secret to anyone. He'll go at the end of this year at the latest, but I just think for the foreseeable, he is. I watched a bit of his cup games on tape because I thought, he must be playing dreadful in cup, and he still looks like the best 7 at the club in the games of cup I've watched. So, yeah, again, I don't know what happens behind the scenes. I just am confused that grown men can't work it out, and if he's the best player available, you sort out the BS behind the scenes and play him at halfback.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more, mate. And, yeah, like we said earlier too, our halves have been playing dreadful, so he probably should have got a chance to fill that as well. But
just quickly, I kind of want the Knights to lose because if we have to be down the bottom of the ladder, then I want the Knights to be there too, because you know what happened 10 years ago? 2015.
Yeah, we played for the spoon, didn't we?
And if we've got to do it, then so do Knights.
I struggle to believe with how bad the Knights' form has been that they're still 2 points clear of Penrith. Like it blows my mind, but that's the way it is.
yeah, time will tell.
Haven't they had a bye? Is that probably the difference?
Yes, they have.
I bet you have.
Yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, it's not a win clear, it's a bye clear. So
it's a glory. Moving on. He's got a new nickname too, mate. It's Chunks.
It's what?
Chunks. It's not Corey anymore. It's Chunks. Yeah. I'll tell you off air.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, the next one's the Warriors and the Cowboys, and yeah, this one I reckon if they both play to their full potential, it could be a pretty good game. To be honest, I'll let you go, mate.
Yep. I think there's probably an argument that if it's not the game of the round, it's in the top two. I think the Cowboys, credit to them, because Todd Payton was gone a month ago, and now they've won 4 in a row. And the Warriors, the first couple of weeks, and I think I said publicly, and you get stuff wrong. I get stuff wrong all the time. I didn't think Luke Metcalf was even remotely close to being a halfback, and I'll eat my words. I think he's done a tremendous job, as is the rest of the forward pack, and Wade Egan's playing good footy too. But God, they got some exciting forwards. Via Malnga off the bench, the young back row that's been coming off the bench too, Halasima. I can't wait to watch this. I'll tip the Cowboys, but again, a bit like that Roosters-Dolphins game, not much confidence. I think it'll be a belter.
And the thing is, too, they're in 4th position. They've still got Fish to return as well. So, I mean,
Yeah, and that honestly, the best thing that's happening at that club is having Fisher Harris there at the moment, because, what Vaimanga and Halasima and the other big boys would be taken out of having someone of his quality of human being and player. You imagine what they're going to be like over the next 5 years.
Just quickly, that Tyre Tuapiki, who's taken Tuabasa Shek, who's got to come back from injury too. So there's another one.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and the quality across the board. I still think the best half at that club is Tomate Martin, and he can't get a look in at the moment. So they got Tanner Boyd sitting in reserve grade 2. So I think for the first time, depth is not an issue for New Zealand. I think their team on paper is very good, and I think the New South Wales Cup team is very good as well. So they have every reason to sort of go deep in this competition, I think.
Yeah, you're dead right, but with Fish, I don't think there's been a more influential player at 2 clubs like he was at Penrith and now the Warriors. The blokes is absolutely.
I think the only one that tops him is Stephen Crichton, and that's he's for me he's been the best signing in the last 10 years, in my opinion. But yeah, Fish has been tremendous.
100%. Well, I got in trouble the other night. Kylie was cooking me dinner, and I was putting YouTube clips on, and clips of Fisher Harris come up. Oh, she goes, "You going to try rub it in anymore?"
I spat in his dinner.
Yeah. So it was a normal Tuesday night. Anyway, moving on. The Tigers and the Dragons on Saturday night, 7:45.
I'll go the Tigers. Yeah, I'll have to go the Tigers. The Dragons, there's a weak spot with them mentally at the moment that I'm confused as to how it hasn't been ironed out. I don't like they've used Ilias as a scapegoat. I think my first move would have been to push him to 6 and get rid of Flanagan. But Ilias is gone. I don't think Ilias is a dominant kicker, and I think that's probably why he's found himself dropped, in that his kicking game's not good enough. But again, I'd suggest Kyle's isn't any better. I worry about their pack at the moment, and I think the Tigers. Speak about signings of the year, Terrell May. He'll play Origin. He'll play Origin for sure, and I think we're all cheering for them a little bit last week against the Sharks.
Bit of nepotism, but is that how you pronounce it, with Flanagan?
Well, who's the front right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you go, mate.
No, you're right. You're right.
I don't know what it is, to be honest. You would think of anything, and I thought Kevin Walters was pretty good for this. When Billy Walters wasn't playing good footy, he was delegated to the bench and at times didn't play. I don't know. I think Kyle Flanagan's best position's 9. He played cup there for a period of time, and I think we saw the best of him. Obviously, they've got Cookie and Little there at the moment, so that's not a possibility. But yeah, my take is there's a couple of players dropped this round. Dave Fafita was one, and Ilias was the other, where I think maybe they were scapegoats rather than the reason the team was losing.
Too easy. All right, the Titans and the Bulldogs.
Well, it should be a bloodbath, you'd think, but the way the competition's going, the Titans will probably win this. But look, Yeah, quite a few. You're right. Look, I think still led by Stephen Crichton. I think they'll be hurting from last week. They'll bounce back. We actually spoke to Jackson Purdue today, the young gun from the Cowboys. And I said to him, I said, "You'd never played centre before doing it in the NRL. What do you do?" He said, "I just watch tape every week of Stephen Crichton and try and copy what he does." That was what he said. So.
Wow.
For me, he's the best defensive centre in the competition, if not just the best centre overall. And I think while he's still there leading the team, they should win.
Yeah, true. He's an absolute gun. Glad he's for New South Wales, that's for sure.
Skip this one.
No, the mighty Penrith Panthers against
Mighty?
the... Oh, I'm trying to get lucky tonight. No, against the Brisbane Broncos.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I'm trying to find reasons to tip Penrith, but I'm sorry, Carl, I can't find one. Their edge defence at the moment is absolutely in shambles. It's horrific. It's the worst I've seen of any club probably over the last 2 years, which, again, it blows your mind. I'm not trying to triple down, but blows your mind because this is the team that just won 4 straight premierships. But at some stage you'd think they click, but for now in Brisbane against the Broncos team that are starting to get it right, I can't see them winning.
Well, we've just lost Sorensen for 3 weeks. Brian Tuttl's not back.
Yeah.
Mitch Kenny's gone.
Well, I think the one bit of opportunity it presents is that I hope they bring Papali'i back to his preferred position at back row, and I hope he starts because I actually think he's been one of Penrith's better players when he has. I think him on one edge and Martin on the other will help, but as to whether they do it or not, I'm not sure.
Liam Martin. You got to love that bloke, seriously. He gives 100 down
I
every
bet he
night.
smells like a wet dog.
Why?
Well, we got his boots in there. You want to smell them?
Well, the players have said that isn't he the smelliest?
Yeah. I tell you what, but he's one of the nicest blokes
Oh,
you'll
yeah,
ever
I
meet.
love the bloke.
Yeah, so the last one, mate, Storm and Raiders. This one's probably pretty. Although the Raiders are playing well, but yeah, you couldn't go past the Storm personally.
Yeah, I shouldn't tip against Storm. I'm going to. I just think there's always a surprise at Magic Round. I'm going to take this to be that. I think the Raiders actually have a decent away record against Melbourne, and I know it's a neutral ground for both of them, but there'll probably be more Melbourne fans than Raiders fans in Queensland, I'd think. Ricky, out of any coach, seems to at least have some idea of how to get his team to play against the Storm. I worry that the Fogarty thing might be a bit of a distraction, but yeah, I don't know. I've got a feeling which probably means I'm wrong because my tipping's going horrible this year, but I'll go the Raiders. I'll stick by them.
Mate, I think yours and about everyone else's is too up in the air with the tipping, but
Damn, I was hoping to copy your tips.
hey, a lot of
Don't copy mine.
I don't know. A lot of people will be watching to get your tips, I think, mate. Mate, once again, it's good to have you back. It's always good to hear your opinions on our ranking league, and mate, we appreciate you giving us your time. We know how much of a busy person you are, especially with your new job and on the afternoons now.
Yeah, they brought the rush hours back in New South Wales and Queensland, so I'm doing the Queensland one with Ben Dobbin, which we just started yesterday. So it's sort of all systems going Brizzy at the moment.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you. That's what I said there when you said at the start when you lost your gig. I said, no, you'll be back. You're too good of not to. When someone's really
I just feel sorry for Queenslanders, to be honest, mate, because in New South Wales they get Anthony Maroon and Nathan Hindmarsh, two of the greats, and then Queenslanders get stuck with me and Dobbo. But anyway, it's just how it is. So
when you were down here and you did the New South Wales one, mate, honestly, professional, great, and actually, really enjoyed it. So, good on you, mate.
I appreciate it.
Just don't get stuck in elevators up there, mate, will you?
Look, it happens, but if I do, I'll make sure the movies are turned off. So.
Anyway, champion, enjoy Magic Round, and thanks for your tips again this week, and we'll catch you again, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you.
See you, mate.
All right, guys, time to take another break, and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's that time of night again. Time for a bit of humour. The Crazy Ladies Jokes of the Week, brought to you from our good mates at the sign shop. So shout out to Chris and his wife Steph, do a great job for us, look after us. So over to you.
A retired couple, Kylie and Dean, had been married for 50 years and were struggling to keep up the romance in their marriage after their looks have faded, their hair turning grey, their skin sagging, and their bodies becoming more tired. One day, they figured out a way to keep their love alive and well. They had a nightly ritual to eat dinner together completely naked. One day, Kylie told her husband, "This is really working because my boobs are so hot for you." Dean replied, "I can see that, sweetheart." Kylie asked how he could see that, and Dean replied, "Well, one of your nipples is in your tea and the other one is in your soup."
Oldie but a goodie.
Oh, to be old.
Yeah, it's terrific, let me tell you not.
How good's gravity, right?
A man named Mark walks into the pharmacy with his 8-year-old son, Chad. They happen to walk by the condom display and Chad asks, "What are these, Dad?" To which Mark matter-of-factly replies, "Those are called condoms, son. Men use them to have safe sex." "Oh, I see," replied Chad pensively. "Yes, I've heard of that in health class at school." He looks over the display and picks up a pack of 3 and asks, "Why are there 3 in this package?" Mark replies, "Those are for high school boys. 1 for Friday, 1 for Saturday, and 1 for Sunday." "Cool," says Chad. He notices a 6-pack and asks, "Then who are these for?" "Those are for uni men," Mark answers. 2 for Friday, 2 for Saturday, and 2 for Sunday. "Wow," exclaimed Chad. "Then who uses these?" he asked, picking up a 12-pack. With a sigh and a tear in his eye, Mark replies, "Those are for married men, son. 1 for January, 1 for February, 1 for March," and so on.
Another good one I used to tell.
I don't mind.
No, go on.
No.
While we're on the pharmacy jokes, I've got one more. A young man named Dean walked into a pharmacy and says, "I've been invited to dinner at my new girlfriend's house. Afterward, I'm hoping to get lucky, if you know what I mean." The pharmacist, "How about condoms then? They could come in handy. Here's a pack." Dean smiles and says, "You know what? The mum is also smoking hot. I think I'll take another pack in case I get extra lucky." The night of the dinner, Dean sits at the table and does not say a word. After a while, his girlfriend Kylie says, "If I'd known you'd be so quiet, I wouldn't have invited you." Dean replies, "And if I'd known your dad worked at a pharmacy, I wouldn't have come." Literally.
One more?
Nah, I should save some.
How many was that? Was that?
3.
It's up to you.
And that segment was almost brought to you by Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah,
By
true.
Durex.
Is that it? You got another one?
Oh, this one's got Gary and Courtney in it.
All right, last one.
2 old ladies named Courtney and Gary are sitting at a bus stop smoking. It begins to rain and Courtney pulls out a condom, stretches it out, snips the tip off and puts it over her cigarette so she can smoke without her cigarette getting damp. Gary thinks it's a nifty trick and asks Courtney what she put over her cigarette. Courtney replies, "That's a condom and you can buy it at any pharmacy." Gary thanks her and makes a note to pick one up when she gets her prescription filled later that week. Sure enough, a few days later, Gary enters the pharmacy, goes up to the young man working the counter and says, "Young man, I would like to buy a condom, please." The young man is taken aback by her advanced age and replies, "Wow, good for you. No one has ever asked me for help with that before. What size do you need?" Gary pauses, then replies, "I need one that will fit a camel."
Good one.
Rough.
I didn't know where that was going.
Is that when you went in to buy one for us? You said you need one to fit a horse.
Mustang.
Oh, on that note, thanks for your jokes and go the Panthers.
Yeah, well, I'm not hopeful. I'm tipping against them for the very first time, purely strategic. My heart's broken.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know. Anyway, that was brought to you by our good friends at the Sign Shop, and thank you very much for everything you do, and we'll catch you again next week. All right, guys, we'll just take a short break and we'll be back shortly. right, guys, it's time for Talking Schmidt. And caller number 1, actually. Talking Schmidt is brought to you by our lovely mates at Juice Bomb. I've only had about 20 tonight, but anyway, caller number 1, who we got there?
This is Sumo.
Hey, buddy, how are you, champion?
Oh, good, going good.
That's the go. Up the Raiders, eh?
Yeah.
What's your question for us, champion?
So if there's a bit of player movement, Hastings is moving on, and also Jamal's been signed to the Manly, which is a big shame. I'm going to miss him, but yeah, things are afoot. We're really going to miss him. And do you think Jackson moving on is going to allow a bit of like clarity in that going forward in the club of the Knights?
Speculation, but I reckon if he moves on in the next couple of weeks, I reckon the Roosters will let Dom Young go early and we'll bring Dom Young back. That's my prediction.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I think Dom went well with the Knights, but just didn't fit in with the Roosters, I don't think. But huge loss for you guys with the Raiders.
Jamal.
Yeah, huge loss. Yeah, but I suppose it opens the door for another young fella to come through. But yeah, the way he's playing some good footy.
Yeah, he sure is. He's really leading the boys around there, and got us in the third position at the moment. So we're going good.
Big loss.
Yeah, well.
So much for his coming last this year, Shane.
Yeah, I know. And everyone always counts out the Raiders, but
good on them, mate. Good to see the Raiders up there. You know,
we always humming along.
Yeah, no, I like the Raiders. It's one stadium I actually haven't been to is Canberra Stadium, and I want to get down there.
In the Viking Club, that'd be good to watch.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
It's cold at sometimes, but it's a bit of a spiritual home. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'll still be good, and then head over to the War Memorial. Check that out.
Yeah,
no, good to hear from you, champion, and we'll get you on again. We might even see if we can get you in the studio one night and have a guest appearance, eh?
Yep, okay.
Sounds good, champion. You're in the draw for the caller of the week for the, I know you'll like this one, mate, the Sayers Inc. tattoo voucher, or $200 cash thanks to Sayers Inc. and the Nighttime Podcast.
Oh, yep, cool. Thanks, Nighttime Podcast. Thanks, Sayers Inc.
Too easy, champion, and we'll, talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks, champion.
Catch you later, crew.
Bye, mate.
See you, mate.
Bye.
It's good to hear from Big Shane. Big Shane used to do a camera work here and that. So yeah, good. We should get him in one night and get him on the lounge one night. All right, guys, time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
Well, hello.
Oh, it's our good friend Simon. How are you?
I'm doing well, Big Dinas. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Doing it tough?
Sorry?
Doing it hard? Are you doing it tough or are you doing it hard? Are you okay?
Have you been... Is there a camera in here? I reckon he's been talking to Kylie.
Hard.
Big Brother's watching.
Yeah. No, we're going all right, mate. We got a bit of water damage here, but we're going all right.
Well, it's not good when you get wet unexpectedly, is it?
Well,
depends where you are.
Well, anyway, you got the Silver Fox, you got Mark, you've got Chunks, and you got Courtney on the panel tonight.
Well, how are we all, team?
Hey, mate.
Wonderful.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Where's the crazy lady?
She's just left. She had to go put the little princess to bed for school tomorrow and get ready for the big Dinas.
Oh, I'm going to poke my mind's eye out now.
What's your question for us tonight, mate?
Well, I'm just wondering, as we all do with this bloody club, now I see that maybe Croker's weighing up an option to go overseas.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Seen that. Big dollars apparently thrown around at him.
And I know they're thinking, people are talking about replacing the coach, and then I see that a certain coach that I think people will want at Newcastle is being offered a good $5 million or so to go to Perth.
There's speculation left, right, and centre. So,
what's going on with the club, though? I mean, I think they've set themselves back a good 10 years.
Oh, probably and some. Yeah, mate. I don't know. Excuse me. It's hard to. put your finger on what's going on there, but something's got to change and change fast.
It's not good at all, is it?
No, but I will say the players are trying. They are trying, but yeah, nothing's working. So
Terence and I were talking about it the other night, and we just, we're quite bamboozled.
yeah, how is Terence?
He's doing okay. We've seen the last for a while, I think, of Theodore Fister, so that's good.
You've got rid of him, have you?
Yes, but he has had this new weird man hanging around, which I'm not a big fan of.
What's his name?
The ginger cat?
No, his name's Julian Creamer.
Sorry, who?
What was his name again?
Julian Creamer.
Okay.
Cremer.
And you don't like him?
No, he's a bit weird.
He's getting in on your territory by the sound of it.
He might be one of those people, I don't know.
Is he a bit of a stalker, is he?
He's odd. He seems to be waiting by the mailbox every day for Terence when he leaves for work, and then he waits by the mailbox when Terence comes home. And to be honest, a little bit disturbing.
At the letterbox.
Might have to go confront him, but I don't know if I want to trade blows with him or not. So
Maybe he's just after some souffle.
well, possibly. I mean, I've got that perfect now. The only problem is now my strudel's floppy.
Nothing worse than floppy strudel.
Bit of cream, a bit of towel go together.
Anyway, actually talking about you at work today.
Oh, really? Was the ginger cat there?
Yeah, the ginger cat was asking about you.
Well, how's he?
Still round.
When is that big hunk coming back onto the panel?
Oh, well, I'll put it out there, and you'll have to get on there. We do have a little surprise coming up soon with a little extra thing coming, so maybe he'll be on that. But I tell you what, put it out there now and invite him on, and he can't say no, can he?
You're doing a topless calendar.
Who told you?
How'd you know?
Wouldn't want to see Chris's udders now, would we?
Oh. Yeah, he's not here tonight, Vassallo.
Oh,
He's at home.
Is he all right?
He had a mangina attack, apparently.
Oh, dear.
You've been pulling at his heartstrings.
Well, that's the only thing I'm pulling at too, don't worry. So.
You're the man for the job.
Yeah,
I mean, Terence had to go to the doctor too. He had to get a procedure done.
yeah. Should I ask?
An
Well,
extraction.
no, mate, that's what he told me anyway. He said he had to get an addictomy or something. So I don't know.
I thought you were going to say a colonoscopy or something.
Well, normally you got to pay double for that kind of action. You know,
No, that's usually a gas-headed double, mate.
I mean,
He knows a lot about it.
Yeah.
I study for my prostate exams.
It's always good to have you on now. And
That's what I've been told anyway.
On and off.
but I have had a request that you actually come on live one night,
Well, I think that's
or by Zoom.
well, perhaps we could do that.
That's a bit personal.
Oh no, it was just I had a couple of people write in and ask. So
I could bust out the leather.
Guest appearance from Terence.
yeah, Terence Tower.
Put Terence in a gimp mask.
Oh, Corey's regular Saturday night.
And what about this Julian Creamer?
Yes, I don't know about him. I mean, you get rid of a fister and then you get a creamer. I don't get it.
Oh, on that note, it's always good to hear from you, mate. And what else can I say? Go the Knights.
Go boys. Bye team.
Oh,
See ya.
bye, mate.
Bye, Simon.
Say Simon.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Oh God, that was caller number 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think. All right, guys, it's time for caller number 3. Who we got there?
Chris from Tomago.
G'day, Chris. How are you, buddy?
Good, thank you.
Hey, you're not in here tonight, so you thought you'd give us a call, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your question?
Yeah, just about the bunker. How I feel
Are you in a
like there's-
toilet or something? Because it's very hard to hear.
No.
Sound like you're in a bloody fishbowl, mate.
No. Yeah, just about the bunker, like how I feel like they're playing favourites with the big teams and like for instance, like how Sargent got top 3 weeks and he didn't really do anything wrong.
Who was that? Sorry.
Scott Sorensen from
Oh,
Penrith.
Sorensen. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier. We didn't agree with it either.
Yeah, also like another example how a Knights player was sent to the sin bin about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And Mitchell Moses only gets put on report. He doesn't get sent.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is getting on your goat, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm hearing you. It's getting beyond a joke. Unfortunately, we've got 2 Muppets running the NRL, so there's not much we can do about it. But
I know.
Yeah, what do you do?
True.
But how good was that Mitchell Moses saving that try? But
yeah, like I said,
Would have been an 8-point try.
Could have been.
Unfortunately, there's no answer for that, Chris. To be honest, you guys,
no,
it really isn't.
inconsistent, and it's getting overrated and out of hand now.
And the game, unfortunately, the game that we all love is starting to become a joke. It's getting soft.
It certainly is, that's for sure. Yeah, hopefully they sort something out and sort it out soon because, rugby league is more than just a game for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, we all go and work our butts off day in, day out to go to the game, and it's like I said, it's more than just a game of football. Like, look at the friendships that we've all made through the game.
Yes.
The fun you have. Like, we had some guy on the podcast page the other week having a go at Kylie because Kylie goes, not the result we wanted, but nevertheless a great day out with family. And he goes, what's so great about that day? And Kylie's like, I'm with my family.
Yeah.
Having fun.
Yeah.
And and he's just being so negative. But if you're with family, win, lose, or draw, you're a winner.
It's memories.
And you have fun. That's right.
I love taking my kids to the footy.
Yeah,
I love
we have a ball, and we all meet up, and we all sit around the same area, and Mark throws stuff up from above to us, but we get on the teacups with the kids and muck around, and talk to some of the players, just have an absolute ball.
Chris gets on the teacups with the kids too.
It's a good day, but anyway, Chairman, hope that answers your question. We've got to wrap it up, but hopefully you get your mangina sorted out soon, and you're back in the studio.
Yes, for sure. Miss you guys.
I have to get Delwyn to blow all the sand out of it for you.
Yeah. If not, Gary seems to be doing a good job. But anyway, mate, you're in the draw for the Says Inc. tattoo voucher and the $200 cash thanks to Says Inc. and Nighttime Podcast. So get well soon, mate.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Who are we going to give it to this week?
Chris.
You're going to give it to Chris? Yeah, but what about the voucher?
Oh, no.
Give it to me.
I reckon give it to
Shane.
Shana won.
Yeah. Right. Big Shane, you're going through the draw, mate, to for the Says Inc. tattoo voucher or the $200 cash. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for the week that was. Brought to you by Harry Schnitzels. Harry Schnitzel.
They're nice, aren't they?
We're going to have to get some one day because that makes me hungry every time.
Yeah, no, they're bloody delicious. Anyway, kicking it off first day, the Broncos 42 over the Bulldogs 18. Bit of a letdown this one was.
Yes.
Could the Dogs play any worse? No, I don't think they could. Mark?
Oh, yeah, it was disappointing. The Dogs were on a good run and Broncos showed up. The Bulldogs couldn't hold ball for the first half.
It was the loss they needed to put the head back in the space.
They're starting to play some big teams now, so there might be more of this.
I look at it this way, but the Dogs' halves were, pardon the pun, dog shit. But he still didn't bring Kurt Mann on, till late in the game. I thought, bring him on.
Yep.
Swap him up. He's got to change something. No, by that time, the game was
well and truly lost.
Yeah.
So, bring him on. I just thought it was you know.
Give him some good game time.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can say about that one. It was dreadful. The next one was a bit of a blowover too. The Roosters 46-18 over the Dragons. Excuse me. Apologies for my yawning.
We went in it from the kickoff.
No, apologies for my yawning. I have been up since about 2:30 this morning. Roosters.
That was a interesting.
Did they play good or did the
No, the Roosters played really well. Dragons were off the pace, especially from the first set. The Roosters made 70 or 80 metres down the field in the first set, and I just thought, oh, that's, you know.
time to go to bed?
No, I was actually, watching it, but no, they weren't in it. So.
Well,
Yeah, that was it. It was a blowout. Dragons played better than that last week. They didn't deserve that.
and next one was a bit of a disappointment too. 26-12, the Warriors over the Knights. We're in it for a while, and I think sort of. I mean, the Warriors were good, but they weren't that good. I think we're just.
I think we got a bit better in the back half of that because the first half, how many tries did we get down? And is it James Schiller?
Schiller.
Schiller, just
There was a lot of
get out of
tries
it.
on both sides, actually.
Yeah. Schiller just needed to. No, he just needed to get out of there. We thought he'd come good, and that just went to disappointment as well.
You know, there's been pitchforks out about Greggy. I think Greggy dropped the ball last week, did he? Or one.
He did.
He passed the ball. He passed the ball in his own 20 that made a mistake, but by then it was pretty much catch-up time. So you can't really blame him for that.
Yeah. I mean, he does a lot of good stuff in bringing the ball back, but yeah, you got to get some sticky hands or something.
We had no edge defence.
No.
Either side.
I was just very disappointed in Schiller's performance.
To be good for the run too. So, yeah.
He will, but yeah, look, Schiller was disappointing because he was.
You could tell he was having a shocker of a game, and I felt bad for him but I've never yelled at a TV so much more.
Because he has been so good too.
He has, yeah.
And then to put that performance in was disappointing.
Yeah. The amount of stuff ups cost us the game, I think. And it's not just him, it's a team effort, but I think he...
You're right with the yelling at the TV, but do you know what I yelled more at?
My missus
Origin.
sings out and tells me to shut up.
The kids.
No, the Panthers game.
Yes.
Not for the fact that the Panthers are losing. Kylie did enough of that yelling. I was yelling at the refereeing performance.
Yes.
And once again, I don't want to, throw the knife into Belinda Sharp, but they were so blatantly obvious, a lot of them. Or the forward passes that are right in front of, not just her, but you got two lollipop men with a flag. And they're like,
With painted on
oh,
eyes.
yeah, that can go. It was only 5 metres forward.
Yeah.
Like, how are they missing them?
Very
That
shitty
was
calls.
just so. And yeah, the daughter rang us on the phone, Michaela, morning, and I was just going off at it, and she's like, "Who's he on it?" Because it's just so frustrating.
It is. It is very frustrating.
Like I said on the page earlier this week, take teams out of the equation. Every club's not there. It's the officiating of the game that I'm cranky about. Not this team lost or that team lost or it was against my team, because it's happening to a lot.
Yeah.
It's just I just can't get it.
Yeah, I feel that.
And
Frustrating.
It's making my hair even grey.
That's how I felt with the Knights game. I was so angry.
Anyway, next one, 24-16, the Storm over the Rabbits. I thought the Rabbits did pretty well to stay in it.
They weren't too bad.
When's Latrell going to start playing football? Like, he's a gun player when he's playing, but he stands there, gets the ball from the dummy half, and then just passes it on and walks to where the next tackle is.
Yeah.
Hasn't done anything.
Attitude.
I guess, time will tell. Will they pick him for Origin?
Well, this is it. I was about to say.
Will they?
I think they will.
No, but on history, yes.
Yeah.
I think they're going to because he's a big name. He's a big...
Yeah, but then how do you leave? Okay, Bradman Best out from last year. He was the incumbent. They were on about incumbent all the time. And Stephen Crichton's a walk-up starter, you would think. So where do you put Trell?
You don't want someone walking around the field, that's for sure.
Bronson Sherry should be there before Latrell.
Well, that's the thing too. If Sherry's out, who comes out?
There was a lot of controversy last year over Latrell getting into the Origin, I remember. There's a lot of crap around that too.
He did back that up though, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
didn't he get in the last game though, didn't he?
Right.
He missed the first two.
He got him one. I can't remember which one it was, but he did play really well. 100%.
Yeah, he did.
But for me, it's Crichton and best.
Best, yeah.
Personally, I think going forward, that's the future.
Yeah.
They usually say, it's on the your performance and that. Well, to me, Latrell hasn't been performing.
Okay,
It's not a good look.
Here's one for you too. Who's going to be the fullback?
Well, I don't know who's up for offer. Dylan Edwards.
Dylan Edwards or Tedesco, I'd say.
I'd go Dylan Edwards.
100%,
Hands
because
down.
Not in it.
No, well, he's been in the mix, but he's had his chance.
Yeah.
Edwards got last year. He got 2 games, and he's incumbent. Shouldn't he get the next? He hasn't been playing badly. He's just in a side that's playing badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. the whole
I
thing.
think
Trebojevic,
I genuinely think
he's made a
Edwards
glass,
is probably
yeah.
one of the best fullbacks in the league at the moment.
Edwards.
He doesn't stop the whole 80 minutes, and he just rips in, and he's a
To
good
be
player.
honest,
And he's a good bloke.
blatantly honest with you, if I was to pick a team, one to in a fullback, he'd be my
100%.
fullback over Ponga.
Yep. I
Only
agree.
because he does the little things that you need, and he's not a flamboyant. He to
He's
me,
not a
does the
wanker
job.
either.
he's
Does the job.
He's the
Yeah.
pinnacle
I like
of a
him.
fullback for me. I like that.
Even the way he talks in his interviews, he's just, I don't know, he's just got a...
Just look at his stats.
Yeah. He's a good player, and he's just he just seems like a nice bloke. You could have a pub beer with him, you know?
Well, he's just quickly before we get back on it. Any Origin bolters for you that you think could get a start?
No, I've no idea. Because
So there's a few that should be in the squad just to learn, but probably not to play.
Nothing
Yeah.
to play.
I'm going to say Terrell, mate. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, I reckon he'll get a spot. But who do you take? I won't say pull off. Who do you take off that team to put him in from last year?
That's right. And also, too, I know Dan Safadi's playing well, too.
Yeah, but see, my biggest thing is where do you put him?
No, that's true. You can't
Excuse me.
You can't fit them all in, but yeah, but at least there's
Yeah,
some good
May and Barney to start.
We've got Haas.
There's your issue.
Yeah.
There's your issue. Maybe actually, I probably wouldn't start May, not first game.
No, I'll put him on the bench.
Put him on the bench. Bench consists of May, Spencer Linu, Hudson Young,
And Hamali Olakawatu.
and Molly Olakwatu. But
See what I mean?
And you got Hudson Young. Did you say Hudson Young in the bench?
Yep.
Would you say him in the starting line? You couldn't really put him there, couldn't you? Because you got Liam Martin.
Liam Martin and who do I have? You'd probably put Roosters. What's his name? Angus.
Oh, Angus Crichton. Yeah, he's got to be there. Supposed to. Yeah.
Makes it
It's
hard.
a bloody
good
good headache
side.
for bloody good headache for Laurie Daly. That's for sure.
And Queensland, any bolters? Kerman?
Yep.
That's all I care.
Is 14 or start?
14. Yeah, had 14. All right. To be honest, I think it's the best 14 in the game. Anyway, getting back to it. Cowboys 50 over the Titans 18. Pretty
Thrashing.
pretty boring.
What about the Titans?
Game of
Where-
the round.
They went all right for a bit, yeah.
18-12 up at half time.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they were in front.
And didn't do a thing after it.
They were absolutely wiped.
They went out and put their chaps on and come out and
Yeah.
So they can't win the comp this year. They've had the 50 points put on.
apparently.
Oh.
Panthers 10 went down to the Seagulls 26. I thought they were very hard done by in a few certain, and Manly were too in a few instances as well, hard done by. But things could have changed. But yeah, that's football. But Scott Sorensen, that 3 weeks is an absolute
A joke.
piece of piss. That Raiders 40 over the Dolphins 28. That was a pretty good game.
That was a good game.
Dolphins were winning.
Yeah, they were.
28 to 10 at half time.
I came back to my phone to check the score, because I had it going at the at work, and I went to look, and I'm thinking, what? I
And-
was losing before.
To be honest, the next one I
quick.
reckon was the game of the round, which was the Tigers and the Sharks.
Sharks, yeah.
2018. That was a very.
Going to Golden Point. Yeah.
That was the week that was. Thanks to Harry Schnitzels.
Snitchies.
Stop it, I'm hungry.
Yes. Anyway, it's. We'll get into just quickly the games this week. Just quickly, we'll just do a run through of ours. Eels and the Sharks. Gaz.
Eels.
Mark.
Shucks.
Please win, Sharks.
Sharks.
I'm going to back the Sharks this week.
We need them to win the star off the bottom of the ladder.
Right.
And I want to see Gary wearing a spoon. Roosters and Dolphins. I'm going to take the Roosters.
Dolphins.
Dolphins at home.
Dolphins.
I'm going to back the Roosters.
Knights and Rabbits. I'm going to take the Knights because the Rabbits have got a few out.
I was going to say Cody and Latrell. Yeah, 2 big outs.
I'm going the Knights.
Yeah, Knights. But I'm convinced I'm taking off the jersey, so we'll go Knights.
You
So
never
a bit of
know.
reverse psychology, you reckon, Mark?
It's got to work
Yeah.
sometime.
Knights.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to back the Knights. It's a hard one, but I'm hoping, I'm praying. Let's go.
Yeah, so am
Let's
I.
get it.
Especially for the, I know I say a lot and I harp on a lot, but good mate Brady. For people like him that have been putting the effort in all the time, I'd like to see a win to boost that confidence, and they deserve it. So
This is the week where at Magic Round they actually put the magic on and they'll score 30 points.
Yeah.
hope
That
so.
doesn't help when you get rolled by 50.
No,
Well, I'm wearing a jersey this week, so hopefully we actually get somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm convinced it's me. Since I started wearing black, we started losing. So
And good to see Brady got over the line too.
Yes.
yeah,
We bet you were cheering.
Yeah, it was actually.
we're yelling at the TV as well.
So were the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual
Good on
kids
him.
were getting in. I think it was Cruz or was it Porsche or either of one of them. Dad.
All excited.
Yeah, they get into it, especially, when they get to know a player like they do Brady or was Kurt at one stage. And, see, that's what football is all about too. Like, memories like that you can't replace. Anyway, West Tigers and the... Actually, I missed one. The Warriors and the Cowboys. I'm going to take the Warriors. I think the Warriors in fourth spot. Mate, that is... I know my teams are not doing well, but to see them up there, mate, that is gold.
Yep.
Absolute gold. And
Warriors.
I'll tell you what, if my team or Kylie's can't get to the grand final, go the Warriors.
Yeah.
Warriors and Dogs for me.
Warriors for me.
I love the Warriors, but the way the Cowboys played and they're still got Queensland support.
True.
Their attacking will get them over the line.
Should be a good game, but
It'll be a
Yeah.
cracking game.
Warriors for me.
I'm hoping the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Warriors too.
I'd love to see the Warriors Dogs grand final, to be honest. Two of the teams that I don't support, but I've got a soft spot for.
Yeah.
That'd be good. West Tigers and the Drag Queens. Gary,
it's the Tigers for me.
first time you haven't been on a Drag Queen. Mark?
Tigers, their form's going up.
Dragons have never won at Magic Round.
And it's not about to happen
I
now.
was just going to say they might not get one again.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tigers.
We've got a few out too. Like,
Tigers?
yeah, I'm going to take Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Tigers too.
Titans and Bulldogs.
Doggies.
Doggies.
Pretty
Doggies, bro.
self-explanatory.
Definitely the Dogs. I mean, they're playing
Go the Poodles.
a team. Like I said, they're starting to play some big teams, and yeah, we're seeing some different results. So I reckon they'll have the Titans in the bag.
But if there's an upset this week,
It'll be that.
it will be that one
Yeah.
because the Doggies got a few out.
Yeah.
I think they'll come good, but
Panthers and Broncos. I take the Panthers, and hopefully my reverse psychology, does wonders. But I know when my bread's buttered.
I'm going for the Broncos.
Yeah, hate to say it, but Broncos.
I think you're right, but
Yeah, I'm going to just say Broncos, just nip them.
as long as it's not a cricket score.
Broncos.
Storm and Raiders. Storm.
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 Nope, I'm going to go Canberra.
Oh,
Because I like what Elliot
Actually-
said. And I like they've got a very good record against Melbourne.
They do, but it's
Magic
Storm.
round.
Yeah.
yeah.
occasion.
It's a really hard one to pick, actually, if you think about it. Like
That is my upset.
it's going to be a tight
It's
one.
an upset.
Could be.
And they've definitely got the potential to put it over the Storm. So, but I'm going to back the Storm. It's a safe bet, but I mean, who knows? Anything can happen. And I go the bye against Manly.
There you go.
You go the bye?
Yeah, sometimes.
We
What
know.
was his name? Gary. Anyway, guys, that was our tips this week. We're going to take a short break, come back and wrap it all up. All right, guys, and just before we wrap it up, we've got a couple of competitions, Corey.
Yeah, mate.
Winners?
So
Well-
this week we got the workplace of the week, which is a cracker. That's from the proud friends of Hip Pocket and the next level.
Next level, yeah.
Yeah. So this week, mate, Anthony Peachman from Racecourse Automotive is our winner this week.
Nice.
So
Through into the draw.
yes, and our second one, the fridges that we get from Shadow to Fairhall. Mate, Crackers, a team of your choice. They're beautiful.
So we didn't do 2 last week. We're going to do 4 this week.
So keep sending your entries in, guys. There were some really good ones this week.
Oh, some crackers.
And so we've picked Steve Burgess with his young fella making the Tigers fan page. Tess Hinchy, that was the Luai Tour Over Jake's Over comeback.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yep. Donnie Kendall with daughter Nephew when they played for Cronulla. And Todd Williams, the Army tank at the Broncos game.
Yes.
That was
And Zach Blum.
Yeah, that was really good. And the last one that we got going is the motorised Esky, the 49cc one that we're going to give away. Our winner this week is Mr. Will Seymour.
And next week we'll do our members draw, first members draw.
Yep.
And yeah, with the signed jersey on the
jersey,
table too. And we'll give away some stuff next week, I think.
So with the Esky, don't forget to find the code word on tonight's show and email us.
Yep, and get involved, and you never know what you could walk away with. And this week we've got some stuff you may have missed. Just a few come up on the computer there this week.
That's
General
not
Arse
real.
biscuits. Yeah,
Are you serious?
General Arse biscuits.
Yeah, made by Arnott.
Oh, come on. Us. Oh.
Where's the
How?
general?
What?
General Arse
Arse.
biscuits.
That can't be right on.
I'm so
Fairly.
confused.
That's good.
That can't be real.
It is. Look, it's on the news.
It's German.
Oh, yeah, true. It's got the little apostrophes on top.
Arse biscuits. It might be Helmut Slobberknockers, friend.
It could be Austrian.
And we had another one come in. Don't worry about it. Hang on. Willie Stroger. The judge.
He's
Willie
a judge
Stroger.
of himself.
You friends with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he stands over himself.
Yeah. And the last one we had a couple there. Dr. BJ Harddick.
Oh.
Now, come on. If that was your name, you'd change it, wouldn't you?
You'd have to.
Yeah.
To
That's the ultimate parent stitch up.
You change it to
Anyway,
limp.
that was our stuff you may have missed, but just a quick shout out to a good friend of ours, Jason, and it's his wife Melissa's birthday today. Probably going to get in trouble for that photo there, but happy birthday, Mel. She's a good friend of ours, and hope you had a great day.
Happy birthday, mate.
And yeah, she's going to be horrified of that one, Jason.
We get a clip
Anyway.
over here for that.
You enjoy yourself at Magic Round?
Shall do.
And back next week?
Back next week if you want me.
Oh, yeah. You're part of the furniture now, mate. You can't go away.
Take some good photos.
Yeah, do
Try
it.
the food.
Eat some Pluto pups.
Oh,
Throw a
go-
pie at somebody. I'm joking.
going to
Don't do
Little
that.
Dragon.
Throw a ball at someone.
And part of the furniture. You'll be back next week.
Wild horses couldn't keep me away, mate.
Chunks.
I'm back next week.
So Chunky, you can
Back
go
blowing
with it.
chunks.
Courtney.
Thanks,
And Crazy Lady, Portia, Chad, James, and anyone else involved. Our sponsors, everyone.
Adam.
Thanks a lot. Adam, Simon.
Julian Creamer.
Yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up very soon, so keep an eye on it. But until next week.
Solve our league!
All right,
Yes.
Porter.
Corey has a mandana. Part 1.
Good start.
Stop it. You're going to hell.
It's not me!
Would you like me to present myself, would you?
Not really, Simon.
Or
Just
expose yourself.
Haven't you heard of Helmet? Haven't you heard of Helmet?
he was on quite often.
You replace a fister with a creamer is the best line.
And I've got a friend.